hello, 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 hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. Also, welcome one and all. It's Warhammer Sunday. It's Sunday. It's Warhammer. It's time for Warhammer Sunday, which is Sunday with Warhammer. Let me just drink coffee because I'm obviously a bit hyper this morning. Oh, there we go. Welcome one and all. It's Warhammer Sunday. It's Fox from Model Making Guru here. Hello, hello, hello. Let's get doing some building. Squishy's about to fall off his little thing here. I know you can't see him, but he's there. Squishy's there. It's that time of the week when I crack on with some Warhammer builds for my own army, for once. Don't often get to build stuff for my own army. So we should be building some more Space Wolves today. Yes, it's Space Puppy time. It's always Space Puppy time. Before we get going though, the usual shout outs are required. So a big massive thank you, a huge massive thank you to all my patrons and channel members who support this. They pay my wages, they keep this channel alive because I do this for a living. They keep this channel alive, keep food on my table. So big massive thank you to them. And also to my corporate supporters, emodels.co.uk and goblingaming.co.uk. Both of those are your one-stop shop for all your model making and tabletop gaming needs. So please do check out the links in the description below for both those stores. Use those links if you can. If you need to shop there, it tells them I sent you and I get some income from that. So it helps me out massively. If you'd like to support this channel, of course, please do consider becoming a patron. There's an address down there, patreon.com/modelmakingguru, or you can press the join button underneath any one of my get my words out, any one of my videos or live streams or anything like that, and you can become a channel member, get access to early content and exclusive stuff and things like that. But yes, welcome. As always, it's one of my typical streams, so although I don't have the live chat here, you notice I've not got the live chat here for once. It kind of falls over all the time and it just takes up space, and for most of the time it's half empty. So I've decided I've still got the live chat, so if you're watching this, there is still a live chat. I've just not got it on screen for people to watch. I only ever had it there so that people were watching weren't live could actually see what the comments were, but I tend to read them out anyway. So I thought I might as well free up the space over here. And therefore you can see more goodness occurring, but you're not having the chat fall over every 5 minutes. There is still live chat though. If you're watching this embedded in Twitter or Facebook or somewhere else, then please do consider coming to join the live chat. The lovely safe space, everyone in there is awesome and you can have a good time. And you can ask me questions and we'll have a good laugh about things. So do come and join the live chat. Hit the YouTube button at the bottom of the chat window. I'll start that again. Hit the YouTube button at the bottom of the video and that'll take you to YouTube where you can watch it and join the live chat. And you should do. You should do. Right, let's have a quick look and see who is in the chat. We have Raging Model was the first about half an hour ago. It says Thwip. Mayhem Model Works then says Thwomp. And I've still noticed those two tend to arrive at the same time. There'll be rumours starting, I'll tell you. David Sanderson says hello everyone. And you can see there David's a channel member because he's got the thing after his name and he's a funky green colour. Nim Cinderin is in, parachutes in from the Sunday brunch. Yes, welcome to everyone who was watching Colin and Dave on their Sunday brunch show on Festa 67's workshop. I enjoy watching that before I come to do my show. So, yes. Stevenson is in. Welcome, Lee. I kind of stopped halfway in the middle of a sentence there, didn't I? I'm a bit weird today. I've got my hand. I've somehow hurt my hand. My hand is really. I don't know. For playing Skyrim yesterday, my hand is really quite painful there. So I don't know how much I'll get done today because I can't really put any pressure on it. So we'll see how it goes. But I didn't want to not do a stream. So I'm a bit, I don't know, a bit weird this morning, I suppose. So I might be a bit jump aroundy with a bit nonsensical nonsense happening. I don't know yet. I do have the chat here in front of me, by the way. We have Lee Stevenson swapping from one stream to another. Wayne Modelworks says, let's go. Welcome, Wayne. Common Road Junction, hey, round 2. Wendy Hickson says, well, hello to everybody. Plastic Monkey's in, welcome to you. Ross Medlock, welcome, Ross. Linda pulls in, hey, we're Lilin. Hang on. Right. This coffee may go down quickly. At this rate, I clearly need it. Start again. Where was I up to? William Rayborn says, hi to Wendy. Divine Panda E says, morning, afternoon. Welcome, Divine Panda E. Common Road Junction, Archie, how you doing, my friend? We have EC Idaho, and we welcome EC Idaho. I'll just stop the stream and go and get someone else to do all the talking, because I'm clearly talking rubbish. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to check my internet speed before we started, so I hope the stream's going okay. Hope it looks, and I forgot to check I have my full bandwidth. I always check before I start, and I usually forget. EC Idaho. Apparently I had to watch a stupid Disney Frozen advert, to which I responded, if they're showing Frozen adverts on my channel, I'm going to delete my channel. I hate Disney. I don't hate Disney like for the adult stuff. I hate Disney for the childish nonsense animated children's stuff. I hate Disney children's stuff. No, so I don't know why they're showing that on my channel. Of all channels, my channel. God. Lee Stevens says, be right back, sorting late lunch. Lynn Dipple got an advert for Streamlabs, bizarrely enough. I'm using Streamlabs. If you want to do streaming, get Streamlabs. It is actually really good. I'm not sponsored or endorsed by, but it is really good. Colin at Festa67's workshop is in. Of course, he's come over from his own stream. Welcome, Colin. How you doing, my friend? Big Festa hugs. Panzerkönig is in. We've got that. I've got stuck in it. Thank God I don't have kids. Oh, God, yeah. Wayne Modelworks is building whilst trying to chat. Let's have a look. Panzerkönig says, hello, everyone in chat. Muse is in. Hey, Muse, how you doing? I'm a bit loopy today, so I do apologise if I go all jumpy like a flea jumping around or something. Ooh, slight burps. ECI now says happy Mother's Day to Mama Fox. A few of you did say that to her in the chat in Colin's stream, so I did pass that on. She's gone for a snooze now, so she can have a snooze on Mother's Day. She's allowed. Lynn says, what? No Canadian anthem? Yes, new titles, new pre-roll. I've decided to go for a 5-minute pre-roll rather than a 15-minute pre-roll. Just had a bit of an update. I made the pre-roll anyway for other stuff, so I thought I may as well. It's kind of cool, so I like it. But Lynn says hi to Guthorm and Squishy and Odo, who has been left out. Odo's too big. Odo's too big to go on the screen when I'm doing a live stream because he's just too damn big. You can't. He's too big for live streams unless it's a live stream when I'm looking at the camera. Put it down there. But for Workbench live stream, he's represented by Guthorm. Where are we up to? Chat just jumped. Muse Junction. Scaly Models is in. Dad's in, and he asks the question first thing before saying hello to anybody. He asks the question. He says, "What's on your bench and what's in your belly?" Yes. What are you working on right now? Doesn't have to be a model or a Warhammer. It could be anything. Could be Lego. Could be diamond art. Could be building a shelf. You could be sculpting something. You could be making something out of packing peanuts. Could be anything. Oh, hello. Hang on. There's a way. I've got to scroll down. Where is it? Wayne Model Works. This is a super. Oh, he's doing what he did in Colin's stream. This is a super chat. I will match every pound for the next 30 minutes. Love you, Fox. Tell Mum I said Happy Mother's Day. Wayne, thank you very much. He did this in Colin's stream, and nobody did super chats, and he matched it. So yeah, thank you very much, Wayne. That's a very kind offer. Yeah, at least me audio thing's working now. If you want to do a super chat, by the way, it's just the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. Thank you very much, Wayne. That's very kind. It made me jump as well, because for ages that little notification wasn't working, and I managed to fix it. It made me jump then. Yeah, so what's on your bench? What's your belly? What are you working on? Not your model, but what is your... Hello. Okay, well, scrambled eggs and toast covered in sharp cheddar cheese with a strong coffee and Fallout 4. And another super chat. Thank you very much. Ooh. And I'll get to super chat in a minute. I'm going to have to catch up with the chat, aren't I, to catch those? It's going to go crazy now. Where are we up to? Graham McRobertson, welcome. Oh, Graham, there's another one. Going to get annoying as well with you hearing that noise, isn't it? Not to me. Graham McRobert says, hi all again. Welcome, Graham. Munchkin Modelling Man, 72. Morning all. It's still going off behind me. Wayne Hayward's in. Welcome, Wayne. Huge hugs from Dad. Yes, what's in the bench? What's in the belly? What are you working on? I'm trying to concentrate, and all I can hear is that thing going off. I don't know if you can hear it, but you know the noise that you hear when it does the super chat? I can hear it really loud. I've got to catch up, haven't I? Yes, bench and belly. What are you working on and what you have for your dinner? What you having for your dinner? Let's catch up. Ice Queen is in. Welcome, Ice Queen. Hello, hello. Very quickly trying to catch up. Max McGinn is in. Welcome, Max. Jamie Bone. Welcome, Jamie. Lynn Dipple. Fox, for God's sakes, turn on your Streamlabs notification. It is on. It's popping up on screen there. Oh, hang on. Wait, is this all old ones again? Oh, it's doing old ones again, isn't it? Hang on. This is Streamlabs gone broken. Hang on. Hang on. Right. Streamlabs was doing this yesterday. Right. Oh, no. Hang on. How many... Okay, I'm getting confused now. Streamlabs did this yesterday. Somebody put a super chat through and it started going through all the previous super chats. And I don't know how you turn it off. But these are all quite old, I think. Some of these. So... I do apologise if a lot of these are old. Stop with the updating now. I think it's up to date. It did this the other day, yeah. One super chat comes through and suddenly it goes through all the previous super chats. and it's like, oh, I do apologise if they're all old ones. Timer is on, everyone. Says Dad. Nim says, Bench is my human fighter shield maiden still, and belly is empty right now because I don't know. Noodles is the answer. Festa was broken today, says Colin. He had loads. Then we've got, right, okay, we're off now. Right, so Lynn Dipple. Oh, Lynn, thank you massively. Lynn Dipple sends $20, says, Happy Mother's Day, Mama Fox. Thank you. Okay, it's duplicating it. I might have to turn this off, actually, because I think it might... Right, hang on. Is this... I think I might turn it off because I think it's going to get broken. Let me just turn off the notifications, right? There we go. Annoying, I know, but I do apologise, but I think it's going to keep going through the old ones as well. Excuse me. Let's go through. Let's have a look. So Lynn Dipple, $20. Happy Mother's Day, Mama Fox. Thank you massively, Lynn. That's very, very kind of you. Very kind. Wendy Hickson says, My go, £5. Thank you massively. Big hugs to both of you. Phil East is in, says, Afternoon all. Welcome, Phil East. And Mew says, yes, it's loud, Foxy. I've turned it off now, so you won't see the pop-up on the screen anymore, thankfully. But in fact, no, you know what I can do? No, if I put it on, I can turn the sound off, but then you'll keep it. I'll have to have a look into it. I don't know why it's doing the old ones. £2 from the Raging Modeler says, wow, some teeps for you too. Thank you very much, the Raging Modeler. Message Fox and tell him his chat is broken. Scale Model Muse, $3. Thank you very much, Muse. That's very, very kind of it. And I get a sticker in there. I get a little dancing pear. Can you see it? A dancing pear with a little dancing pear thing. There you go. Thank you very much. Where are we up to? On the bench is a 1/10 scale Hill. I'll read that again. On the bench is a 1/10 scale Hillman Imp remote control kit. Cool. It's a YouTube bug, Guru. It's happened to mine, says Colin. Oh, okay. Cool beans then. Thank God I was about to run bankrupt, says Wayne Modelworks. Yes. Yeah, because he started seeing all these super chats popping up and he's like, how much am I going to have to pay now? If you want to do a super chat, by the way, it's just the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. You're more than kind. Nimsinderin says, by the way, it is Pi Day as well, 3.142 and all the other numbers. Happy Pi Day. Have to be careful, Wayne. We loves our people, says Muse. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be careful making offers like that because they're all really generous, all these guys. So might be getting into trouble a bit. Have you seen Vikings? Nim says, Common Road Junction. Belly was a full British breakfast with all the nom-noms. Bench, the start of a long overdue cleanup, says Panzer. Cleanups are always overdue and they always make you feel much better and reinvigorate your urge to model. And then in a day, they're knackered again and messy. Raging Modeler. Belly breakfast was crunchy nut cornflakes, then a Cornish pasty for dinner. Bench, Orc Death Dread and Orc Pain Boy. And Lee Stevenson puts a £2 super chat through. Thank you very much, Lee. That's very kind. Thanks for the company while building. You're more than welcome. I can say the same to you guys. Thanks for company while I'm building. Thanks for the company while I'm streaming. Belly roast chicken bench, Astra Hydra from Mike. Cool. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'll do. I will. Hang on. Let me do a thing. I'm going to turn on the alerts again. But what I'll do is I will set the volume to 0. So you're not going to hear it. Monitor only. There we go. You're not going to hear it. Save that. But I'll make it smaller as well. Make it smaller. Not quite as annoying for you. So 1 second while I just adjust my adjustments. Because it's still nice to have a little, when somebody does a super chat, it's nice to have the little notification on the screen. It's nice to see the little thing you've put up there, but at the same time, you don't want the annoying noise. I'll put it up there, so it should be there and it'll work now, but it's silent. So, hopefully. I don't know if I've made it the right size. I've got no way to tell. I'm sure it'll look fine, but hopefully it'll look a bit, it'll be a little less annoying now. I think. I'll do a test. Does a test work?
Pika pika!
Okay, that was a test donation. That works. I shall turn the sound off though, because I'm still getting the sound. Technical nonsense. There we go. So it shouldn't make any noise at all now. Good of the test.
Pika pika!
I'm getting more sound than I did before. What's That's not right. Hang on. Alert box. Turn off everything. Turn off everything. There we go. We'll do one last test. All technical stuff, how the sausage is made here, isn't it? One last test.
Pika pika.
Okay, did you actually hear Pikachu when I did that? Did you hear Pikachu at all whenever I did any of those? Because I know you can probably hear it through a microphone though, can't you? I don't think, though, that you'll actually hear it when one of you guys does a super chat ever. Hopefully not, anyway. Anyway, at least, hopefully it works now and you get to at least get a thing on the screen. Oh, shut up. Let's do some work. Oh, no. Right. So, anyway, let's crack on. Enough about how the sausage is made. If you are in chat, I've got the chat here in front of me, as always. Echoed. Okay, so you were hearing it. In that case, let's just turn it off. It shouldn't have any audio at all, but it's clearly broken. I've just turned it off now completely. There shouldn't be any audio there at all, so never mind. I'll have a look at it later. Anyway. Right, so yes, I've got the chat in front of me, so if you want to ask me any questions or whatever, I'll have it here. Please put your comments, because I'll have my lenses on when I start working, so I can't really see much when it's here, so do put your comments in big fat capital letters so I have a chance to see them. If you want to, you can do a super chat, and that also puts it in a coloured box, as you saw. But otherwise, just either do @modelmakingGuru, so it puts my name in an orange box, or just do capital letters. That way I have a chance of seeing it. Right, let's crack on and do some goddamn work. I'm going to just swap my ring to my other hand, because I went to scratch my nose and nearly gouged my nose off. Pika pika with an echo. Yes, it shouldn't be making any noise at all there. Never mind. I'll leave it on, and we'll just see next time someone does a super chat if it makes a noise. It might not. Let's just find out. Anyway. So today we are, if you remember last time, we were working on the Prophecy of the Wolf set. I finished all the do's in that now. I got all the little bits and accessories and stuff glued on at the end of last week's show after the cameras had stopped. So now I'm going to move on to the Combat Patrol. I did actually intend to start building the Space Marine bikes that Luke at Black Rifle Model Works sent me, but I started working on them in our midnight stream, on Colin's midnight stream on Friday, and I finished them and got them done and bent, and I forgot to get them out, because I've already stored them away. I built them on. I've put them in my Crusader case, just safe and sound. So they've been done. So thank you very much for those, Luke. They've been built. I did add some Space Wolfy bits to them. So today we are going to crack on with the Combat Patrol, which is many dudes and a big stompy thing. Now, because this is one of their Combat Patrol sets, and at the moment they're trying to do the Primaris stuff with Space Wolves, all they really do is they give you bog standard Primaris stuff and they give you the extra sprue. They've not really made any Space Wolves specific Primaris stuff yet, I don't think. But he's made one or two little bits, a couple of little bits, but for most of the background dudes, it's just bog standard Intercessors or Reavers. But they give you the extra sprue. So what they do in this one is they actually give you, find it, they give you the bog standard. You can buy this from your local Warhammer store in a blister pack. Space Wolves extra sprue, which gives you a Space Wolf cloak thing, Space Wolves backpack, a Space Wolves head, some bits and bobs of armor, and pauldrons. So it gives you that. That's the one you can buy from the shop. They've also given you 2 extra sprues. You've got some more pauldrons and some wavy hands. Super chat has come through, so let's see if it makes a noise. Wayne Model Works says $5, testing the Pika Pika. Let's see if it works. Takes about 25-30 seconds. Let's have a look and see. Thank you very much for that, Wayne. That's very kind. Let's see if it comes through. I'm waiting. Might take a minute. I've got to kind of look the other way to see if it pops up. Yeah, come on, hurry up. Tell you what, let me know if it pops up on screen for you guys, because I can't see the screen if I'm looking the other way. So you let me know if it. Oh, it still made the noise. Oh, did that make a noise? Did you hear that, night vision noise kick in, or did it not make that noise? I think you would have heard that through the microphone, if nothing else. I better turn it off, hasn't it? I better turn it off, I think, until I can get it fixed. Turn it off. There you go. Right, so anyway, yeah, so you get the bog standard, you can buy it from the store extra sprue. But you also get these 2, which are the same. 2 of these, and it's like an arm with a chainsword, an arm with a grabby knife, and some specific pauldrons, and a few Space Wolves style heads. And they've all got epic mutton chops and things like that. And a few slightly different Primaris helmets. They've got like it's a Primaris helmet with a small Space Wolves rune on it. Well, the noise was delayed. Oh well, never mind. I've turned it off from now. I've turned it off for now. If I can, I'll see if I can get it fixed. If not, we'll just have to leave it as the thing that pops up in the chat. And you get a rune and some tails and things. So you get those. So at the moment, these kind of kits, they're just saying, here's a load of dudes and here's some extras to stick on them, which is fine for now. I will get myself some extras. But what I do have is some extra sprues that I got myself anyway ages ago for some other bits. I've got loads of extra Space Wolf pauldrons and stuff. We've got loads of extra bits. I'll put those back in the box. Now there's something else I have as well, which is this. Now, this was sent to me by Andy Sutherland, and I must actually contact him. I keep meaning to contact him and get him to send me some more, because I've got in here a lot of green jellies. And what these are, he 3D printed these and sent them to me, but I need to get him to do me some more, and I'll pay him for them. So if you're watching this, Andy, drop me a message on Facebook. I'll pay you for more of these, because he just sent me these as a gift. I don't know how many I've got. I'll have to count them. But these are, you won't be able to see, but they are, if I get the one that primed, these are the Fenris pattern wolf helm, which is basically it's a helmet. It's a Space Marine helmet in the style of a wolf's head. So it's got like the pointy ears and the growly mouth. You can't really see on camera. It's got a growly mouth and snarly teeth and stuff. And it should be exact. I think it's exactly the right size for Primaris armor as well. These aren't official ones, obviously. It's an STL he's printed off, but they're beautifully printed in resin. And they are really nice and crisp. So I'm going to be replacing all the Primaris helmets with these. Because I want them. Some of them have got like open heads. And I'll keep the guys with no helmets because they've got Space Wolfy heads like mullets and ponytails and lots of mutton chops. But the ones that are just bog standard, boring Space Wolves helmets, I mean Primaris helmets, we'll do away with those. And we'll give them proper Wolfy head helmets. So I've got loads of those. But if you are watching, Andy, please do drop me a message. If I don't message you first, I will pay you for them. But I just like some more. How many have I got? Let's have a look. Wendy's talking about the RP Tools rivet making tool, because she talks about rivets. I almost spoke too soon. RP Tools, yes. Are RP Tools only in the UK? You can get RP Tools in the UK. I think they're actually Australian, because the rivets I've said this before, the rivets I've got were sent to me by my good friend Kenneth, who lives in Australia, and he got he used the RP Tools set. But yes, you can get it in the UK. It's a very good, very expensive set, but it's very, very good. Right, swig of coffee. Let's see how many heads we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. Three, 7, 28, 29. They're kind of sharp and pointy. 30. I think I'll have enough actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 50. Yeah, I think I'll have enough actually for now. 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 60 of them. Okay, I think I'm not going to get that. I don't think I'll get through 60 heads. I should be okay. And I'm of course assuming they're all nicely printed. This should be all fine. But yeah, we'll be using those heads. We'll get them all glued on. Where are we up to? Yeah, so where are we up to? 14 minutes remaining, folks, says Dad. What's that for? Oh, for the super chat thing. Ooh, cool. Yes. All went a bit pear-shaped with the errors with super chat, didn't it? Sorry about that. All the noises. So let's crack on. So we're going to go through. Now, in this set, you get all the dudes and you get the big stompy thing. The Invictus battle suit, which is basically like it's like mobile armor for your bloke who's already in power armor. Think of it like a real small stubby Gundam is the way to think of it. People are whinged about this, but I don't mind it. There's no reason why you couldn't have like a small mobile suit for Space Marines to use. Like you get dreadnoughts and they've got almost dead dudes in them, so why not have dreadnoughts that live people can use? It's all it is. Dreadnought for living people. So there you go. So we're going to crack on. Now it's lots and lots of dudes to make, and then the stompy thing. So what I think we'll do, I think we might start, just for fun, I think we should start. Fox, can you tell Ice Queen I can hear your stream over her speakers? Scaly models. I can hear your stream over her speakers. What? Hey? Oh, is she in a hangout with you? Okay. I'm clearly interrupting or breaking into the hangout. I'm guessing Ice Queen's in. Hang on, if you're in a hangout with Ice Queen, I don't understand. If you're in a hangout with Ice Queen, why can't you just tell her? I don't understand. Anyway, Ice Queen, apparently my stream is coming over your speakers somewhere, apparently. Baby Carrier, says Max McGinn. Oh, yeah. It's basically a dreadnought for a non-dead dude. So what I think we'll do, I think we'll start with that first, because that's a more interesting bit to build, I think. We've had weeks of just building dudes. So let's build the Baby Carrier. My first Gundam. It kind of is a bit cute, isn't it? My first Gundam! Which shouldn't be too complicated to build, but probably took us about 6 weeks. People are talking about RP Tools. Not sure about where you can get it. Just Google RP Tools with a Z. Yes, it's RP Tools with a Z. Very late 80s, early 90s. Right. So we need some spruage. Let's have a look and see. We have, that's going to be the Baby Carrier. That's going to be the Baby Carrier. And so is that. I think this is all dudes. All these dudes. Now, also, other information for you. Very important. Where's the base? Don't think we'll need the base yet, but I'll get it anyway. Very important information. I've been doing some fiddling with my graphic settings again, with my visual settings. And I think I've managed to find out how and fix why everything was looking quite kind of dark and crispy last time. I think I managed to fix it now. I think. I shall snap this sprue in half for space purposes. Remember the last few weeks, everything's looked a bit dark and overexposed and crispy. I think I figured that out now. I think for some reason, Streamlabs has had an update and it's changed the output and video settings to full, and which isn't the correct setting. It needs to be partial, because full is like proper full 256 color. Blacks are 0, white is 1, or 256 or something like that, but that causes a lot of problems. So I've got it on partial, so it doesn't really matter. It should look better now anyway, so do let me know. Max McGinn, the war suit is like, don't talk to me or my son again. My first gunkler. Right, so we need E40 and 41. Let's make the crotch first. Always start with the crotch, that's the law. You should always start with the widget area and then work your way from there. Wait, what? 40 and 41. But let us commence with the builderations. Oh wait, and 41. 41, there we go. Snappity, snappity, snappity. Yes. We also need 45 and 44. I'll get the tin out because we're going to need the tin for this, aren't we? Tin obits. What do we need? 45 and 44. And also E48. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So 45, 44, and 48. Which is going to be 46 and 47, so it's going to be 45. And also 44. Yes, so anyway, hello everyone. Hope you're all well today. It is here in the UK, Mother's Day. Not in the US, I know. Excuse me, but it is... oh, hello. Wayne Modelworks, $5. Come on, guys, I'm matching every one of these for a few more minutes. Yes, Wayne Modelworks is matching everyone's super chats, so feel free to put super chats through. You don't need to, but thank you very much if you do. Yes, it's Mother's Day here in the UK. So big mummy hugs to everybody out there who is a mum or everybody's mum. What do I need now? 48. Big hugs to everybody. Hope you're looking after your mums today and treating them just right. I myself got Mama Fox a big box of chocolates and I made her we got a little toasty thing that you put on the oven. It's like you put your bread and your bits and you close it and you put it on the oven over the gas hob and heat it up. We got one of those, so I made her a big cheese and tomato toasty this morning. It was a treat. So she's had that. So she's had a little morning treat. She's having a snooze now. So I've been looking after Mama Fox. I did say to her, I said to her, do you want me to not do my stream today so we can hang out and just spend time with you? And she went, no, bugger off, go and do your stream. So there you go. I did offer to not do my stream, and she's like, no, go and do your stream. I thought my first Gundam was Tau, says Lee Stevenson. It could be, but yeah, this is the Imperial version of my first Gundam. Although Tau battle suits, they're not really like, they're just like power armor, aren't they? More than this, which is kind of a Gundam, really. It's a bloke in a cockpit manipulating legs and arms. Where are we? To Underdog Paintings in. Hi, Underdog. Welcome. Your first Mayhem says, no, your first tower was a Gundam. 7 minutes remaining, says Dad. Underdog Painting, that's okay. You can always watch back. I'm just working on editing a painting video. Oh, cool. Yeah, yes, you had a live stream yesterday. Wendy Hickson puts a £5 super chat through and has that pear thing again. Look, it's kind of cute. That's me after I've had too many McDonald's. Oh, you know I'm supposed to be on a health food kick. And yesterday Mama Fox was like, can we have McDonald's for dinner? I'm like, oh, God, too many takeouts. But of course I can't refuse Mama Fox. So we had McDonald's and it was just like, I think because I'm trying to eat healthy stuff now and trying to avoid the takeouts too much. I'm not doing a great job, but got to the point now that when we do have some filthy takeout like McDonald's or Domino's pizza or something, some rubbish, I don't feel good the next day. I did not feel good this morning. I woke up and I'm like, oh, I feel egg bound. I'm not, it's not pleasant. Yeah, it's not. And for some reason this morning, I've woken up this morning with this hand is really painful here. It's like, I don't know what it is. The only thing I can think is for some reason, because I did Skyrim Saturday yesterday. What am I up to? Go do your stream, Mama Fox, speak for bugger off and leave the chocolates alone. Yeah, pretty much. Raging Modeler, check out the reply. Okay, talking to each other. I love you, will you marry me, says Wayne Model Works to Wendy Hickson. Get a little friendly in there. So I went to bed last night and the only thing I can think is I did my 3-hour Skyrim stream yesterday, but that's like just playing Skyrim for 3 hours. My hand on the controller, it might be that, but that seems a bit feeble because I kind of need to be able to hold the controller and play games. Not something I can really not do. So I hope it's not that. I don't know. We shall see. So yeah. It's not easy for me to pick things up. I can't rest my hand like I had to pick something up off the carpet this morning. I usually rest on my left hand and grab hold of the table, but I couldn't put weight on this hand. And I went to plug in the heaters downstairs, plug in the fireplace and stuff. And normally I'll grab hold of the mantelpiece and just lean down and plug things in. Grab hold of the mantelpiece, lean down, and my hand was like, I can't grip today. So I went head first into the plug socket area. I'm like, that was great. Thanks for that. I need to clear my throat. 1 sec. Blah, blah, blah. Throat clearing. Yeah. That's better. Yeah, so I don't know. I should do my best today. I'm sure I'll be fine. I seem to be doing okay so far. But it may get to the point where I have to stop building stuff and just witter on at you for a few hours. Nothing new there, though, is there? So, yes. But anyway, how is everyone? Don't forget, bench and belly question was asked. So, what's in your bench and what's on your belly? That doesn't seem the right way around, but never mind. Okay, so we need to glue these two. We need to clean these, finish cleaning these bits. I'm not with it today. I'm all over the place. I'm all at 6s and 7s. All a bit wibbly wobbly. So where's the camera? Hopefully I'm on camera. Sounds like a staved wrist or a stretched set of ligaments. I don't know what it is. It's just in there. It's like there. And it's not painful. It's just kind of, and it's kind of here as well. It's just like an ache. It's very weird. Candy Grab for Mongo, $5. Hi, Guthorm. Guthorm says hello. Squishy's there as well, but you can't quite see Squishy because Squishy's just off camera. But Squishy's there as well. Squishy's always there. Squishy and Guthorm, they're kind of the best mates now. The best buds. Thank you very much for that, Candugam. You're very kind. This Fox sounds like age-related RSI. Thanks for that. Thanks. I don't know. It's because I do have a thing in my thumb where there's a bit of bone floating around, and about 7 or 8 years ago, I got what's called trigger thumb, where this thumb was like really painful. And the doctor said, "Yeah, you've got a bit of bone in there, and you've just because you're playing on games a lot and typing." I did a lot of social media in my job, and I was doing lots of typing on the phone, and it killed my thumb. It started to come back the other week, but I just stopped typing for a day, and it went away again. So it was just a twinge. But this hand, I've never had a problem with. I'm going to take my watch off, just in case. Just in case. Up to. I've had that before, yes, because you've been holding the controller for an extensive amount of time, says Common Road Junction. That's really frustrating, though, because 3 hours is nothing. I like to sit there for like, if I've got a completely free day, I can sit there for like 6, 7, 8 hours or all day and play a game. So 3 hours is like nothing, really. Although I do kind of sit, I don't sit in my normal sort of position when I'm doing a stream. I have to sit with it a bit different. Wendy Hickson says £5 because I can. Last one. Thank you very much, Wendy. Thank you. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, because I've got the headphone wire coming out of the controllers when I do live stream, so I can hear the game. I can't really rest it on my sort of torso like I normally do. I rest it on my chest, or I rest it on my lap or something. I'm kind of holding it a bit different, so maybe it's that. I've never had it before. But it's kind of annoying. Because the last thing I want to do is have hand pain every time I do play a game for more than 5 minutes, because that kind of kills any Friday and Saturday streams. Comrade Junction says, yeah, I know, right? I think Way Model Works has got a bit of a crush on Wendy here. Not quite sure what's going on. So that's there. Oh! Blimey, I do apologise. That wasn't supposed to be that loud. That was a McBurt from last night after all the McDonald's. Ugh. Yeah, I had the McBrick this morning, which is where you've got that kind of block of just crap in your stomach. And I've had a few McBurps, but I do apologise. That was a bit of a window rattler, wasn't it? I thought it would just be a little, because McDonald's burps are like soft and flumpy, because you've got too much crap in there. I didn't expect that, so I do apologise. I do apologise. I'm quite supposed to be that loud and blopey. Living on beans on toast for the next week, says Wendy. Oh no, thank you very much, even more for your £5 then. I don't know. It won't last long, just today, maybe tomorrow it lasts longer than you have something to worry about, says Comrade Coolby. I mean, hopefully it's just a bit of a twinge, that's all. I'm hoping I can cope with that. I just don't want to get this every time, because if I can't, first of all, if I can't play video games, that's my entire escape from everyday life gone. But also it means I can't do them streams on Fridays and Saturdays. And I enjoy my Skyrim stream. I enjoy my Skyrim stream more than I enjoy my Fallout stream, I think. Skyrim's got a lot more playability scope, replay scope than Fallout 4, so yes. But we'll see. But yes, I hope it's not that. I hope it just goes away. It doesn't help, of course. I have found a lot recently over the last few years that just handling tiny parts on models and stuff as well, after a while I can have really crampy hands. So I think it's just getting old. I think I'm just old. That's all it is. It's just oldness, I think. I think I have to admit the fact that I'm old. 50 this year. Ugh. Here's a thought for you, right? Here's a thought for you. You've been in this country, in the UK, you've been using pounds and pence for as long as I've been alive. Because I was born in 1971, and you know what year decimalisation was? 1971. I'm as old as our national currency. Obviously that excludes the Republic of Ireland. Because, yeah. And you know what? It doesn't bother me at all. I don't feel old. I mean, I'm a bit creaky and groany here and there. I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. But, In my head, I'm still like 7. I mean, you know, when I was a young lad, people who were 50 were like old grumpy people that wore like little flat caps and boring coats from Burton's, and they didn't understand anything about the young people, and they were like, I'm old now, right? And they all spoke like they came from like Cornwall. I don't know why. Yeah. Well, Wayne Model Works, $50. Love you, Fox. This is from all of us. Oh, thank you very much, Wayne, from all of you that's done super chats. You are all super, super kind. I love it. Thank you very much. That is very, very kind and unwarranted, but very kind. Thank you very much. I never know, and I always get a little bit choked up when this happens. Thank you very much. Say, because I always like, I don't know. I like to say thank you, but I never quite know that thank you sounds enough. It's the big hugs all round if I was actually in a physical place with you all. And like Colin says today, when we all eventually do meet up, or a lot of us do meet up at Warhammer World, there'll be many hugs all round between all of us. A big thank you to all of you. You're all very, very kind. I do this for my living, so any help I can get through things like Super Chat is massively, massively appreciated. Because like Super Chat and YouTube and Patreon and stuff and memberships, that's what I live off. So it puts food on my table. But thank you massively to all of you. Swig of coffee. I am very, very lucky in that I can do this right now at this moment in time. So big thank you, big hugs. Guthorm says thank you. Even Squishy says thank you. And Squishy never says anything because Squishy doesn't speak. See, Squishy doesn't communicate with words. Squishy undulates, pulses, and it's the shapes that Squishy makes that communicate what Squishy thinks. I think Squishy is a she. I've decided Squishy's a she. Guthorm's a bloke, obviously, but I think Squishy is a girl. £50 exactly says. Okay, that's why. There you go. There you go. It was fit. That's right. That explains your sore hand. Too many McNuggets. Oh, I have to. Yes, we had the. I mean, the big problem last night was we ordered McDonald's, and first of all, they sent us 2 extra double cheeseburgers. Mama Fox wanted a double cheeseburger with bacon and some small fries, or as she calls it, me small bun and some chips. So she had a small fries and double cheeseburger, but instead of sending her a double cheeseburger with bacon, they sent like 3 double cheeseburgers. So I couldn't let them go to waste. I may have had the enormous extra Big Mac and a big chicken thing. I couldn't, so I had to eat all them. But then there's also a 20 nugget chicken share box thing. So they didn't get eaten last night. They were more like a lunch snack for today. But I had such a McBrick this morning, I wasn't really in the mood to eat them, but I ate them anyway. And yeah, that was fatness. How does this go together? That's weird. There's no connection lugs with this. There is just purely the little. Oh no, there are. There's sticky out bits. Okay, that's cool. Right. Get glued together. So we need to do it and glue it. Yes, thank you very much to all those super chats. You're all very, very kind. Super kind, even with your super chats. That might have been the loudest burp I've done on a stream so far, by the way, earlier on. I hope it wasn't too, like, speaker breaking, because it was kind of loud here. I didn't expect it to be that loud. Blah. Where are we? Sarah Jane says, I'm a whippersnapper. Hey, Sarah Jane. I'm a whippersnapper. Oh, you're a young whippersnapper. I've got all my own teeth. No, I haven't got all my own teeth. I can't say that anymore. Dope. Philly says, if I can get the Schwimmwagen finished, does it mean I have done my first model boat? It's an amphibious car, so does it count as does a Schwimmwagen count as a coat? Coat? Boat? I don't know. It's an amphibious car. It was one of the first. The Schwimmwagen was one of my earliest Tamiya kits. Not my first, but one of my earliest Tamiya kits was indeed a Schwimmwagen. If it's the Tamiya one. Vastly, even though the Schwimmwagen was a modified Kubelwagen, in real life, the Tamiya Kubelwagen kit is horrible, and the Tamiya Schwimmwagen kit is actually quite a nice little kit. Fond memories of that Schwimmwagen. Schwimmwagen, ja, das ist richtig. Das ist ein Auto und also ein Boot. Ja, das ist richtig. Hey! Right, squeezing together, squeezing. Now I'm going to regret this because there's a lot of recessed bits on here that I'm going to have to clean up. but we will do our best. Now, I spent money on this. I bought this set myself with my own hard-earned cash, and this wasn't gifted to me by a Golden Demon winner. So I don't need to make every single figure a masterpiece. Yeah, this doesn't have Simon Reynolds' breath and lung particles on it, so I don't need to be quite as careful. Well, I could be. Warhammer World, please give me a year notice so I make travel plans, says Lynn Dipple. Absolutely. Only if it's in water and has the propeller lowered, says Panzer about the Shrimp Vargan. True. Well, it's in the water. I suppose it is. There may be another McBurp coming out. If that's cool, Panzer, I'll photo it in the sink. Yes. I don't know when we'll go to Warhammer World. I would suspect not this year. That's like a really cool robot head. Where is it? That's like a really cool kind of... Oh, that'll be the front. I'm going to just get the front door, guys. Give me 1 second. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Sorry about that. It was a delivery. I think there might be another one, but I don't think I need to get the door next time. Right. Well, what was I talking about? I was talking about something. I can't remember. Yeah, it's like a cool kind of like robot head. Imagine these are the ears sticking out the side of some kind of bits, and there's the eyes. It's like a robot meets. I've forgotten what it's called. Joke's died. I'll move on. The joke died. Never mind. Where are we up to? Reichel flesh shade on my hands, says Muse. It'll wash off. Just don't get it in your mouth. Yeah. Fox, that wasn't a McBurp, it was a McWindow rattler. It's a delivery pizza at McDonald's. Oh, god damn. First dimension Warhammer World for Summer 22. Yes. I don't think, even if everything suddenly became happiness this year, I think 2021 is still a bit too much of an ask for Warhammer World. I think at the very earliest you're looking at next year, I think. Right, this needs to be... Apparently, how does this go together? Have they actually given us slightly posable legs? Or not slightly posable legs? Okay, so this is apparently... This is all non-gluitage. So we have this bit here with the robot face, the derpy robot face. Hello, I am derpy robot. And this needs to go there. That way? No, that way. That goes that way, you say? Oh, nub. Hang on, nub. Nub denied. Outrageous. How dare there be a nub where there should be no nubs? Can't have nubs where there shouldn't be nubs. It's unacceptable. It's impossible. Smooth, so we shall use the scrapey tool. Smooth that off. Bit. Excuse me. Sanding. I'm not really organised. I really am all over the shop today. I do apologise, people. I'm all over the damn shop today. I'm like a puppy in a tennis ball shop. It's like blah, 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 blah. Everything's running. I'm running around like a crazy person. Any more nubs? Nope, good, right. Believe it. I don't believe it. So that goes there. This goes on like that. That goes on to this piece here. Into this little orifice. And then that goes here, apparently. So it just sits like that. How does it... Do we not glue it together? Oh, I see. No, you do glue it together. It's just that. Oh, okay, I get it. That's going to be tricky. Okay, so I think what I shall do there is... I want to glue this together, but I don't want to glue it in place. So what I need to do is somehow be able to get it off again. I think the best thing I can do is get myself some extra thin. No, not some extra thin, some normal glue and a cocktail stick. It's not often I do this. I could use it. This is the problem with this regular Tamiya cement is the brush is the size of a house. And it's no good for precise applications. So what I shall do is I shall self some of the glue on a cocktail stick. Like there, was it. This probably won't work at all. Try and get it on this little nobulation here. The nobularity. Actually, it doesn't really work when it's not on the... Yeah, it's not that easy when it's not actually on the end of the stick. A little tiny bit of the glue on the end of the stick. That in place. Is that one. Try not to get the glue anywhere else, like on the side there. Then that bit falls off. Fantastic. Okay. All I want is a little bit of glue on that little bulb, little blob. I can push that together, and hopefully, if I'm lucky, that will be enough glue just to hold it together. I could run some extra thin in there, but the extra thin could easily seep out onto the bit that it's glued onto, and that will make life tricky. Now, I don't know if this needs to remain movable, or if it's just like this so you can get the leg, because I don't know how it's going to work. I assume the legs are like fixed pose, so that's the wrong side. We've done it the wrong way around anyway. Spoon. Let's try that again, shall we? It hasn't glued anyway. Oh well, never mind. Right, let's do it the right way around then, shall we, Fox? It needs to go that way around, you spoon magnet. Okay, so a lot easier when there's not a camera in the way. That needs to go that way. Right, it's this one. So blob there. Quite tricky. Blob O glue. Famous Irish jockey. Oh, bit pinging off across there, not helping at all. Goes in there. Feet, same again as last time. Plunk. Hope that's enough glue. I might be able to touch a tiny bit of extra thin just to the very top if I'm careful, but I don't want to risk anything. So I assume these aren't permanently movable. There's just you need to move them around to line up the legs, because I'm going to guess the legs are just a fixed pose. Oh no, actually, yeah, they do seem like, maybe they're not. There seems like a slight posability, perhaps. We'll see as we go along. What's chat doing? Definitely go for 2022. Fox mentioned wanting a device to ensure center drilled holes in Warhammer gun barrels. Last week, I came up with a Candygrams concentrifier that does just this. Photos are in the boom. Oh yes, I meant to send you a message. Send me a message on Facebook, dude, if you can. I'll have a look in the boom hut there on the pictures. I forgot to contact you about that. Candygrams concentrifier. I like that. Look at that. Just keep moving this around so it doesn't stick in place. Fox, you need to get that. Sorry, Candygram, you need to get that patented. Max says, "Are you going to magnetize the autocannon and flamethrower on the war suit?" I might do. You have a look at the destructions, because of course this is. Let's have a look and see. How do these weapons attachificate? Is it the same? Is it the same base for each gun, and you just add the bit on the end? Okay, so it's attach. What? How does it? Goes on there. I'll have to have a look when we come to building it. Like looking at the instructions, I can't quite get my head around how it all attaches. Because the problem you've got is you've got this little bit in here with the pivot, so it needs to be something at that point, I think. But do you have enough bits to do that twice? You put a magnet in this, perhaps where this attaches to the arm. So they have the arm there, and perhaps a magnet inside or somewhere like that. But depends how many different bits you get. Like, do you have enough bits to build both in entirety, or something else? I shall have a look and see at that. It depends what I've got on the sprue. I'll have a look and see what the bits when we get to doing that. I think. But if I can, I may well do, yes. If not, I'll go for the flames. Flames, cabron. Purely because I really enjoy painting the little muzzles on flamey weapons. I'm going to try very carefully to get some glue in there. A little tiny bit. I don't want it to soak into the bottom of it though, so hopefully that's just a tiny touch. We'll just get into the top bit. Not that little bit. I'll keep moving it just to make sure it doesn't seize up. Right, so I guess we have to do the side as well now. That's going to be 47, 48. I know the bits now. There we go. Okay. Put that to dry. La, 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 la. Everybody's commenting about the device. I shall have a look after the show. Speedy Curate's in. He says, hello, every lady gent. Right. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's another one of those little bugs. These little bugs, right, they've started appearing everywhere. Not everywhere. I don't know what they are. Let me get a bit of paper. Hang on. You can't find them. You remember that one day when I found one in a Warhammer Conquest pack? And I know you can't see it. It's like different shades of brown, stripy. We found one in a Warhammer Conquest pack. And ever since then, I keep finding them. Every now and then. Occasionally here on the workbench. We seem to find him in the bathroom a lot, and I don't quite know why. Very weird. Anyway, he's dead, so. I'm stuffed and feel rather fat. Hello, Spid. But damn, Jamaican spiced chicken with honey glaze, roast butternut squash, and generic veg and fatness. I'm sitting and bloating. This seems the correct thing to do. There's only one pivot, but you don't have to use that. And magnet the arm that attached to the gun, then magnet where the pivot would be on the cannon. I post some pics on the Fester's workshop. Okay. Coffee. I shall have a think about it. If you could post some pics in the boom hut as well, just in case, I'll have a look at those. I can't check them now, unfortunately, right now. But thanks for the comments. Thanks all. Straightforward, cheap, and quick to make were my goals. I'll have a look at them. I'm interested to see what that centrifier looks like. Right, so I need those two bits and the widget, don't I? Get these bits off the sprue. Yes, I forgot all about that. You did say to me the other day on the stream the other day about the amazing. Because I was saying when you're drilling a barrel, you want something that can have a drill bit in the middle, but something to then lock around the cylindrical object. So if you've got you want to put a hole in the middle of that, I was saying something where it's like two things that go like this, but that lock it down so you can tighten it, and then it's locked in the centre. I don't know what you've made because I can't look at it yet. But that's kind of what I was thinking, like the old pickle forks that used to have two things that go like that on the pickle. So I'm interested to have a look and see what you've come up with. Because it'd just be a good way for drilling barrels. It's like a pin vise thing, isn't it? You need to be able to centre it. It needs to be flexible so it can, or variable so it can go for different sizes. Anyway, yes, I hope everyone is well. I hope you're all doing okay. No real news. I didn't have any news yesterday. I have no news today. So I have started filming on the next episode of Tabletop Trauma Centre for the Lehman Russ. That's in the weathering stages right now, so I'm in the process of filming that. Not sure what I'm going to work on once I've finished that. Make sure this hasn't glued. Still wibbly wobbly. Good. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after I've done that. Not sure what the next step is after that, what the next build will be. I don't know yet. So stay tuned. The world is my oyster, as it were. Really. As to what I want to work on, but I'm not sure. Hopefully, we'll get that episode finished and up and online this week. all being well. It might take a little longer, I don't know yet. I've not fully settled on all the weathering I'm going to do on it, so it might be if there's any oil paints in there, they might take longer to dry, so but we shall see. Hopefully they won't take that long. Finish it. Get it done. I've got to paint the figure and everything yet, so get that Lehman Rust done and dusted, and then it can go in the cabinet to await the day when I can actually sell it, or to await the day I can go to the post office again, because then I can start selling stuff. I do have the next tabletop trauma centre, of course, ready to go, which will be the another WASBomb Dakajet, but it'll be like an eBay rescue. But I don't know if I want to start that one straight away, purely because I've just done a WASBomb Dakajet. I don't particularly want to do another one right away. Now, I know my WASBomb Dakajet was members and patrons only. So it'll be, so those of you who aren't members or patrons, of course, won't have seen that. Chance for you guys to see it. But yeah, I've only just done one, so maybe not right at this moment. I do have I've got that set of Silver Templars I need to paint. Could paint. I have a great difficulty filming figure painting. Just purely, it's a logistical, where do I put the camera to get a good close-up view kind of thing while I can still paint. So there is that. I could use me Silver Templars as a way to practice filming figure painting. The difficulty is I've got to try and think carefully about how I'm going to paint Silver Templars. That's the tricky bit, you see. Actually, how are you going to paint the Silver Templars? Right, so we have the same situation here. Tiny blob the glue on the cock and tail stick. If I can get some glue on it, would be good. It's raining outside, and I like it when it's raining outside and it's not raining in here. You can hear the rain. Right, this thick glue is good because it's not going to run down into the recess, basically. It might splooge out a little bit, but it's not going to run away into the recess, and wherever I put it, I can be fairly certain it's going to stay there. So that goes on there. Goes in there. Then it falls out. Yay. It's in the hole. This one's going to be a devil, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, I'm not fully sure settled on what I'm going to do for the next build just yet, once I finish the Lehman Rust. Try again with a tiny touch of extra thin. Like I say, I've got, what have I got? A bit sticky there. There's many things I want to build, but it's the practicality of, I've got to consider where I'm going to put things when I've built them. That's the tricky bit. Right now, because I've not been able to sell anything, I can't ship anything out and sell it. I've got stuff piling up the wazoo. I've got a cabinet full of stuff taking up space. I can't work on anything too big because I've got nowhere to put it. Like I've got my space battleship Yamato that I want to get done at some point. I've got the Captain Harlock ship that I need to build at some point that I'm looking forward to. Again, just nowhere to put it. What have I got? I've got that van that Vincent over at Mr. Lowe's Model Making got me, the little Japanese octopus takeout food van. Ooh. With the grumpy looking French dude driving it, it seems. I forgot about that. Oh, that's got that one. That will, of course, be done slightly weathered and not brand new shiny, because I don't do shiny vehicles. It's like a, you know, the little tiny Toyota Cube vans, the little kind of things you see bickling about, the little tiny ones, like miniature half-size transits. It's like one of those, but the back is like a burger van, but instead of burger, it's selling octopus type food. What about that? Might be a nice change to not do some war hamsters, you never know. A little bit of a different change, a bit of palette cleanse. Yeah, so that's those two bits on. They see. Hello and welcome to last week. That was the week that was. That's not that glued, is it? I'm going to have to do... How the hell am I going to glue that? I know it's going to glue together when I get the legs on, but maybe I just need to not touch it for a few minutes. Clearly glued at the top. I need to not be quite so aggressive with it. Right, let's leave it alone for a minute, Fox. I'll just keep wiggling it so it doesn't stick to the chassis. I post pics on the Boom Hut and the Festa Workshop to give an idea, says Max. Cool, thank you very much. I'll have a look in a bit. Fox, I do remember you had a bug in the post and you opened it live on stream. Yeah, it was one of the premium sets with the Warhammer Conquest. And it was one of those. And now I'm beginning to think, was it actually in that box or was it in the house anyway and just happened to then get in that? But I don't know. I keep finding him in the bathroom of all places. Like, why? What? Like, I'm having a wash in the morning and there's one pootling across the top of the bathroom sink, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have to try and find you, catch you, and throw you out now because I don't know what they are. I don't know. La 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 la. Where are we up to? You need to patent that as soon as possible. That's great looking. You could sell these. I would buy one. Paul Di Tommaso's in. Hi, Paul. How you doing, my friend? I agreed. I've made the prototypes each a slightly different size. The smaller one shown will centre a 1mm drill and any barrel between about 2 and 5 mils. Cool. I'd buy a set. Yeah, I'd buy a set. Right, I think that's going to be fine for there. Do we need to do any cleanup on this? What bits of this are going to be visible? Let me consult the leg end. You do see looks like you're gonna see potentially that little bit of a mold line there, a seam line where there's a gap. You're not really going to see, there's no visible seam. You know, we glued it together, there's no visible gap here because it's small enough to be just made up to look like bits of panel work. You're not going to see that. You are going to see the tops of these, but I need to let them dry for a bit longer before I start trying to sand them smooth. There's not a lot of cleaning. You're not going to see that bit because that goes into a ball and socket joint. Okay, that's not so bad actually. You're not going to see that much. There's not that much to clean up. You're not going to see the top bit because the legs tend to go like that, so they cover that top bit up. Okay, that's not so bad. In fact, I don't even know if you could clean that very well because without ruining it, because it's all stepped. I'm not even convinced it's worth trying to clean that up too much. I think on that little rim there, maybe. Wow, that, to be honest. This bit here, where there's like an outer ring, maybe you'll see that. I don't think you're going to see most of that. For the difficulty of actually trying to sand it, this inner ring here, I can sand that. The other ones will be some real fiddly sculptulations, and I'm not sure it's even that viable. Let's try with the knife blade. Caution, blade out. Medical crew on hot standby. I think with this bit, like on an Imperial Knight, this is a kind of rubbery textured bit, so it doesn't matter if you've got a slight visible seam because you're going to be doing like black null oil washes on it to darken it down to a rubbery effect. For this, it doesn't seem to be more metal based, but I think because I'm not doing it nice and clean and tidy anyway, I think by the time you've got weathering down here in this, because this is going to be like an oily ball and socket joint, so I want it to look oily and like it's got lubricants in there and stuff and grease. I think by the time I've got weathering in there and grease, I don't think you're going to notice that. So if I give it a quick sand, that should be enough just to hide that a bit. I think that's going to do just fine there, to be honest. Right. Now there's this bit here that we've just glued. I'm going to leave that for a minute because we've already just glued that, but I need to sand that top bit down a little bit just to smooth it off. So what's the next step? Next step is some armor. Do I want to glue on this armor now, or do I want to glue on this armor later? Also, is this butt armor going to be blue or is it bare metal? Let's get the pieces off the sprue and see. Let's have a look at the pieces. We have E43 and E42. 42 is there. That's that bit. That's E43. So that's crotchular armor. That I think might be worth leaving off just to paint. I don't know. We'll get it off the sprue and see. Because I'm going to treat this, when I do like these kind of little mechs, like the dreadnoughts and stuff, I kind of treat them in a ways a lot like an Imperial Knight. So that because this is very similar in sort of the armigers and stuff as well. So it might just be that I leave the armor pieces off and paint them separately, if they can go on afterwards. Might be the easiest thing to do. I do not know. Let us try and find out. Chat doing. They'll be found in things that you haven't moved in. Harmless pests. I think at one point I thought they might be carpet beetles, and they're apparently quite annoying. They are harmless. I just chuck them out, throw them away, but throw them out into the garden. But they're just annoying because you see them pootling along in the bathroom. It's like, dude, exactly where I need to be splashing water around. I don't want to hurt you. As long as it's random tiny beetles and not random gigantic beetles, says Sarah Jane. That's good. Fox, it's a creepy crawly. All creepy crawlies deserve the slipper of wallop. Now, you see, that's where I disagree because I love beetles. Beetles are cool. I like beetles. Beetles are awesome. If I can avoid hurting a beetle, I will. Because beetles is kind of cool. It's like we used to have ivy on the back of our house. But, 10 years ago. We used to have a sun lounge at the back of the house, like a sunroom, and then ivy that would grow. And the ivy had grown from all the way from one end of the garden to the other, and I hated it because it just destroys everything and covers up the garden fence. So we had all this ivy removed, and it's occasionally grows back here and there, and I hate it. It started at one end of the garden, and that's about 70 or 80 feet. So it's a big ivy, a big long ivy bush going all the way down the side of the garden. And it came up the side of the house to the roof. And when I was a kid, I never gave it a second thought, but as I got older, it's like, every time I open the window, it's just creatures coming in and bugs and spiders and, And a lot of times I couldn't open the window, and once a year at least, or once every I'd have to lean out my bedroom window and start yanking all this ivy off and snipping it away and breaking it with like secateurs and stuff, just to clear it away so I could open the window. And it got to the point where the sun lounge we had was like a wooden thing that the previous owner of this house had built in the late 50s, early 60s. So it was just simple. It was almost like a shack on the back of the house. Nicely built, but it was just simple wood. And this thing had kind of penetrated into the wood. And if you walked into the sun lounge, which was a wooden thing, the ceiling was basically a wood frame, and then there'd be some plastic liner put on it to waterproof it, and then I think my dad at some point just tried to wallpaper over this very thin wooden board that was lining the roof. But you could see where it had come away as we were getting the sun lounge taken away and destroyed. We had it dismantled eventually. When you pulled the wallpaper and liner away, the entire roof of the sun lounge was basically ivy. The wooden frame was there, and this mat of ivy that had just grown in and just filled. And it went to the case where you go to the French window at the back of the living room, you'd open the French window and the ivy would grow inside the sun lounge and it'd be pushing its way into the living room. It's like, yeah, we need to get rid of this sun lounge now. Also the ivy. Ivy will pull bricks apart. And we got rid of it all anyway, but the reason I'm talking about that is because we used to get, every now and then, you'd get vine weevils that would somehow get in the house. And I quite like vine weevils. Weevils are a real garden pest, apparently. If you're into gardening, they're a right nightmare. But when you don't give a crap about gardening, which I don't, I'm not that old, I just think they're quite cool because they move really slowly and they've got big wiggly head antennae. And they're just kind of they're kind of adorable in a way. They just pootle about. I tried feeding one to a Venus flytrap once because I had a Venus flytrap. And I fed it a vine weevil once. And the vine weevil was like, it had none of that. It just pushed its way out. The vine weevil comes in, like, they move really slowly, and the Venus flytrap went click like that. And then this vine weevil was just like, you know what? I'm just getting out. Sorry. And it just slowly pootled out of the Venus flytrap. I'm like, wow, that's badass. You know, vine weevils don't care. So we used to get them in the house occasionally. The good thing is you could easily you just scoop them up and throw them outside. They didn't go very fast at all. Well, I like beetles. I like most living things. I like everything that lives. You know, if we get a spider, I'll catch it and throw it out in a glass or something. I'll throw it out rather than kill it, even though I'd rather it wasn't be there. If there's a beetle, I'll just catch it and throw it out. You know, we get slugs in the kitchen sometimes. Everybody gets slugs in the kitchen, especially in the winter when they come through an air vent or something. You get like a slug pootling about on the kitchen floor. I just catch it and throw it out. I don't like to kill things. Unless it's a crane fly, in which case I'll kill it with a vengeance and without prejudice, instantly. It'll get the hairspray of death. Also wasps. If you get a wasp in the house, if I can be bothered trying to catch it, I will. But if I can't, it's just going to get hairsprayed. Because, yeah, no. Wasps don't get a break. They don't get an easy ride. At least bumblebees and things. You get a bumblebee in the house, you just catch it and throw it out. Do. Talking of bees, as you know, I listen to the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe podcast. And about May last year, I sent. They have a section called "Who's That Noisy?" where it's a sound. They play a sound, and you have to guess what it is, and they tell you the next week. It's a just for fun thing. And I sent a sound in last year, and I've not heard it yet, but I've only managed to. I've been listening through to all their podcasts from like 2005 onwards, and I've only just managed to get to like 2020 now. So hopefully, I hope they do my "Who's That Noisy?" It'd be cool if they did. They probably won't, but it'd be cool if they did. Right, that goes like. Oh. Goes like. That looks. You know what that looks like? There's a little Wally short. You remember Wally? There's a little Wally short on the Disney Channel where it's like the little one that goes along the rail and then repairs the little beacon light on the side. And he's got a face like two little tiny eyes. I don't know why it reminds me of some robot out of Wally, but with massive ears or something. It's like King of All Cosmos, but with a robot face. There's a little Katamari joke for you. Right, so that goes on there like that. If I was to glue that armour on, I think I could quite easily get to it, paint it, and still be able to paint all the other stuff around it, I think. Because this is the consideration I've got, is do I keep it on? Because it's basically that bit of armour there. So I need to this is what I always say about like trying to figure out your painting order. Can I glue that on and get to all the bits around it? Or if I glue it on, is it going to cause me problems? It seems like if I glue it on, I should be able to get to the tricky bit is getting to the inside of it under there, you see. Because by the time I'm painting the armour, I've already painted all the metal parts. And the trick is, because of course I'll have a leg here, so it might be tricky to get to the underside. It may be more prudent just to purely leave it off and attach it later. Because luckily the gluage of it is two little raised strips there and two little recesses, which is fine because I can put some scrape the paint off, put some fat Tamiya glue on there and just position it like that. And it's done. If it was something more convoluted, it might be something I didn't want to glue on later on. I've got to consider, if I glue it on now, can I get to it to paint it? And if I don't glue it on now, can I glue it on later on without making a mess of the paint job? And with two raised strips like that and two little recesses there, that's not going to be too hard. Put some glue in. I'd rather not use super glue, because if you watch like the Imperial Night video on Warhammer TV and stuff, they use super glue to glue these. It's like, no, I don't want to use super glue, because I put super glue on, I line it up wrong, and now it's stuck. So I want to use my plastic cement that glues properly. So a bit of extra thin, A bit of regular Tamiya cement in there, push it down. If I need to, I could very carefully run some extra thin into that gap. As long as you're careful with extra thin, you can glue painted things together. As long as if you've got two painted things and you put them together and you can run that glue in that gap, you can just touch the brush. Imagine that's the brush. You just touch the brush to it and the glue goes in. It tends not to make a mess. You've got a tiny amount of forgiveness for sploshing glue everywhere if you're using like extra thin. I think I can do that. I think we can leave that off and paint that later. This piece is the back armour, and that seems to go like... How does this go on? This goes on like... Goes together like tauntauns and stink. It goes on like... It shows two round circular bits in there. I'm not seeing two round circular bits either on there or on here. It seems to... Is that even the right piece then? Have I just taken the wrong bit off the spray? I don't know. Oh, there you go. That just glues on there like that. That may or may not be armour coloured, but I can get to all of that. That I think will be absolutely fine. There's no photographs of what the back looks like, so I can't really tell. That's going to be fine, so we can glue that bit on now. I can't even get it off. Like Lego, that. A good grip. What I'll do, I'll get some fat cement. I shall run some fat cement on... how's it locking? Is it locking? Get some fats. And the only reason I'm using fat cement here is not because it grips better or worse or anything like that. Purely because I need a few seconds to line it up. The extra thin cement will have evaporated away by that point. If I get that on there, push it together, squish, then I get the extra thin. That, like that. Perfect. Again, I've got to be careful not to glue these disky bits in place. That will be a bad thing. Be careful where I'm slapping this glue. That should be on there. Oh, hello. That should be on there now, permanently. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Harmless pets. I don't like any creepy crawlies, said someone, and it jumped. I missed that. If you're a tiny bug, would you rather be freezing your mandibles off and risking your legs being swiped to the left up on bricks in Mank or outside a lovely warm property, says Speedy Q8. My property can be lovely and warm in the summer. We have nice summers in the garden. Creepy crawlies with 8 legs get the full seek, locate, destroy treatment, says Panzer. Doing okay, Fox, says Paul. Says hello to everybody. Hope you're good. You're doing okay, Paul. Welcome. They can all be scooped up and put back outside. I feel bad though, because when I see a spider, I throw it out. But if it's a house spider, it's probably going to die when I throw it out because they're house spiders, not outdoor spiders. But see, garden spider, we get loads of garden spiders, diadem spiders in our garden in the summer, September. And I quite like them because the only reason I like garden spiders is they're really quite big and you can see them a mile away, but also they don't come indoors. You could leave the French window at the back of the house open all summer and they wouldn't come in. They build webs across it, but they won't ever come in the house. It's weird. They know. But we have like a patio at the back. So if you imagine there's the French window here. You go out the living room to the little patio, and then there's the garden. So not a very big patio. And we've got like a bench here, a little table here, and there's a kitchen. The kitchen wall's there. So you come out the French window and you can sit on the chair and look at the garden. But the garden spiders, they like to make webs across from the kitchen extension to the fence, or from the kitchen to the bench, or from the bench to the French window, or from that to there. Every time when it gets to about September time, when you open this French window, you have to stand there and move your head around like an owl just to see if you can see a garden spider hanging across the patio before you walk out into the garden spider web. Because they can make webs like 8, 10, 12 feet across. You have to just check first. I'm like, could you? Oh. And even then, I'm like, if there is one, I tend to like just say, you know what? I won't go in the garden. Because if you break their web, that they might die. because they kind of, all the energy they get from their food, they use to make the new web, and they make the web at night. So they try not to make them during the day. So if you break their web, that might be it. They may go off and hide and wait till night time to make a new one, but they might starve to death by then. So I always feel a bit bad. Anyway, let's move on from that. Where are we up to? Thankfully, we don't tend to get cockroaches around here a lot in this country. Mate Mew says, I refuse to kill anything that I'm not going to eat, full stop. Yeah, unless it's a crane fly or a wasp. Ivy, I would remove. It's going to damage the house, says Muse. Oh, yeah, we got rid of ours. What happens is the little tubules that come out of the ivy, if you imagine that's the stick of ivy, the little tubules that come out, they push into the brick using hydraulic pressure, and they can break bricks apart. Like, you see like a plant growing out of the pavement's kind of gone like that, and the plant's pushed out because of the hydraulic pressure of the roots and stuff like that. So you'd be surprised how damaging roots and ivy tendrils can be. So yeah, if you get ivy on the back of a house, you've got to have it removed, really. Right, so that's that bit done. Just double check and have a look and see if we need any more cleanup on that. I don't think we need anything further than what we've already got. I think that will suffice. That looks a bit... That'll be fine. Right. I remember seeing that fox, although I thought it was from your neighbour. Yeah, because David used to live around the back of me. Not around the back of me personally, at the back of our house. I don't like to kill things either, but when they scare the bejesus out of me, I respond in kind. Yeah. I live in a dirty needle of an apartment, and while I try to keep my place as clean as possible, the dregs of humanity that make up my neighbours don't, says Timothy Kalaka. Hey, Timothy. So, cockroaches. Yes. Bees live, wasps death. Yeah, Lynn says bees. See, we get tree bees every summer that live under our kitchen roof. I've told you before, we get this little colony of tree bees. And they're like big fat bumblebees with a white butt. And they're completely harmless. All the ones that you see flying, they have like a cloud of bees that hang around the entrance to the nest. But basically, it's only a tiny little colony of like 50 bees. And the ones that hang around the entrance there, they're all males. And they're just flying around trying to attract the females inside. But they're all stingless. So we just sit and watch them. They're big, fat, fluffy things. They're like cats with wings. And then they make little tiny nests in like roof eaves and stuff, and bird boxes and things. They don't use honey, so they don't damage the house at all. They make a little nest, they live in it. The queens will fly off, and then that's it. Then gone. There's no honey to damage your walls. But if you get honeybees, they can pull a wall off because the honey erodes and rots the wall. But tree bees, they don't do honey. So yeah, I like the tree bees. I just sit and watch them in the summer, flipping about. They're like giant fluffy things. Yeah, my cousins in Johannesburg would talk about the big creepy crawly in their swimming pool and getting caught up in it. And I found out years later it was a pool cleaner called a creepy crawler. One rule of, talking about catching cockroaches. One rule with cockroaches, never stamp on them. Don't ever stamp on a cockroach, ever. Because what will happen is you'll stamp on it and you'll kill it, and you'll pick up all the eggs in the tread of your shoe and you'll spread them all around the house. Don't ever stamp on a cockroach. Flamethrowers is fine, Hey. Psycho Fish says hello to Sarah Jane. I've lost where everybody is now. I'm back. Sausage, cheese, jalapeno, tomato, and a dab of sour cream omelette, says William Rayburn. That sounds good to me. Where are you, Timothy? Las Vegas. Oh, okay, cool. What happens in Las Vegas? Scorpions are awesome till you find one in your slipper. I'm lucky. I live in a country where nothing's particularly going to kill me that I know of. For the most part, mostly. I had a house spider for a pet one time. It lived in the corner of the bathroom. I left it alone. It left me alone. Tiny, tiny one. Tiny spiders. I don't mind the little tiny spiders. It's when they get big and they go across the carpet. Yeah, no. I left the coffee in the kitchen. Can someone bring it to me? Psycho Fish is innocent. I'm going to take my rings off because my sore hand is being a bit aggravated by him, so you take these rings off. There you go. I don't like being naked on the telly, but there you go. Psycho Fish is charming up all the ladies. You go for it, Psycho. Some bees can damage wood, and they are wood-boring types, says Muse. Yep, there are wood-boring bees and wasps. And like I say, if you get honeybees in your wall, you have, well, yeah, so this is the trick in the UK. You can't kill them. You can't get rid of them. You have to have them removed. If you get wasps, they can be killed. You get pest control. If you get honeybees, you can't. Pest control won't touch them. They're not allowed to. It's against the law. You have to get someone in to move the colony somewhere else. You can't just come in and kill them. It's actually illegal. And with bumblebees, it's even harder. Honeybees, yeah, it's actually illegal. I did look into when we got these tree bees. I looked into, can somebody remove them? And every single pest control thing was like, nope, we don't do tree bees because A, they don't harm your property. B, the males that are all outside don't have stings anyway. And C, they're only there for a couple of months. So we don't bother. Nobody bothers. All the pest control thing says, if you get tree bees, just enjoy them. Enjoy these fluffy little visitors to your garden. Because a lot of people panic because they see all these bees outside the entrance to the nest. And they think they've got a swarm of like thousands of bees in their roof or in their wall. But there's like 50 in there. And the ones outside are harmless, stingless males. So, cool. La la la. Guns, guns and guns, says Festa67's workshop. Colin. What's that then? Guns in it. Right, what we're doing now. Next, we have to build some legs. It's gam time. Time for gams. I've got to find my gams. Look, Cole. Aerials. Aerials. Where are we? Do. Right, so let's. What's that, Cole? What's that? I want some legs. So we want 53, 52, and 40. I don't know why I'm saying E because they're all E sprue. 53, 52, and 49. So let's find the parts for this assemblage. The creepy crawler is a suction self-controlled pool cleaner with a big hose used to clean the pool sides and the bottom. But it crawls along the bottom. It's like a pool shark. Timothy says, by the way, someone sent help. I still have to paint most of the Indomitus box, and I just bought 34 tactical marines that need a repaint. You don't need help. You're one of us now. You should see all the kits I've got that I haven't built. I've got a Crusader transport case, which is the big one, full of Astra Militarum, Tempestus Scions. There's some Space Marines. There's some Death Corps. There's a Hydra in there. There's a Lehman Russ. No, there isn't a Lehman Russ anymore because I painted that and I'm giving it to George. And I've also got a skirmish case full of Space Marines and a skirmish case not full yet for some Silver Templars. And I've got to get another skirmish case or Crusader box for all these guys. And all of them are primed and not painted, or not even primed. I keep buying Death Corps Krieg. I've not even painted my first Death Corps Krieg yet. So, yeah. You've not got a problem. You're just building Warhammer. That's how it works. Okay, so I'm going to E53, 52, and 49. The 49, easy to spot. It's a big drumstick-shaped piece. How do you get posable legs? That'd be cool. You can pose them how you wish. 53 and 52. 52. And also 53. 52. And 53 is there. Let's try this. So let's get these pieces cleaned up. Snipped. And so yes, not a lot to report at the moment in terms of what I've been up to. So I still can't decide what the next build is going to be after that Lehman Russ. I don't know. I really don't know. I think the best thing to do will be just get it done, get it finished, and then just spend an hour or a few moments or an hour in my room of stash, looking through my stash, doing stuff. Pinged a rivet off. I have to remember to replace that. Oh, that'd be a rivet I just trimmed off. Hey, look, Cole. Cole, look. You can't really see, look. Got a tit on it. Yes, there goes my monetization. Never mind, it's worth it. It doesn't really. I don't really know. I want to do my Macarius Vanquisher and my Malcadora Furnace. But I also want to do lots of other things. And I don't want to start my Deathcore of Krieg till I've actually had a chance to paint some Deathcore to work out my colour. I need to paint some infantry to sort of get an idea for my colour scheme. Now, I'm not really... Basically, I want to try painting a Deathcore infantryman first before I have to paint the dudes on top of my Baneblade. I've also got my Baneblade to paint as well. Plus, I've got my Orc vehicles to paint, that's true. But I don't want to paint my Baneblade because Cole's doing his. I don't want to encroach on anyone. And Ted's still technically painting his. I don't want to do my Kshatriya just yet because Cole's got one of those as well. You know, I take forever to do stuff, so I'm happy to leave my Kshatriya and Baneblade till everybody else has got theirs done and dusted. No. Put me Valkyrie. It'd be good to do something that's not Warhammer just for once. I don't know. Like I say, that octopus takeaway vendor, octopus noodle vendor, is kind of calling to me. He does call to me occasionally. It's kind of bought for me as a fun birthday present. I think it was Vincent that got me that. Was it Vincent or TK? I think it was Vincent. And yeah, it calls to me every now and then. Oh yeah, I should build that. Right, now I've carved a rivet off there, so riveting time is approaching. I think that's a little bit of armour. I think. I was going to say I could check, but it's on the back of the leg, so I'm not quite sure. Can't really see it. It's a problem. It's the only real picture you get is that colour picture. I don't really get any other colour images that tell me anything about how it works. I don't think there's anything on the box. On the box we have now just another close-up view like that. So I think it is a shame that you can't. This little cage isn't movable. It's either glued up or glued down. You can't have it up and down. You can't have it movable. I don't think. Not without some shenanigans. Oh, it's this little bit of there it is. That is the heel. So yes, it is armor. Cool. Right. So that's that bit clean. Let me get my rivets out. I'll just make sure that bit's got a mold line removed. Oh, hello, Burpulons. Now that just tasted like chicken McNuggets. That was foul. That was not a pleasant experience. There's burps and then there's McBurps. They're not always good. That's going to go like that. So let's get a rivet on it. Got a rivet on it. Ooh, let's knock the lamp. Get me rivet. Get me rivet, shout. La 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 la. A few years ago, I had a stone bee nest in the garden wall. Really weird seeing bumblebees with red stripes. That was weird, yeah. He can't look. He's pouring resin, Fox. Who is? I've forgotten now. Oh, Colin. Okay. Sorry, Col. I had bees burrow into my lawn and had to leave them. They would be lawn bees then. I finished the Necron half and just started on the Marines from Indomitus. Cool. It's a gun, says Colin. It's a gun, innit? It's a gun. Stop bugging, Dad. Trying to catch up with chat. Just say hello. Psycho the Fish is chatting up everybody. Oh my god, I can hear church bells ringing, Lynn, says Scaly. Lynn and Psycho in a tree. Burpage McBurps, says Lynn. Wayne Modelwork says, NASCAR here in my hometown? Oh, yeah. One of my best mates, a guy called Mike, who I've known for like as long as I've been alive, used to live a couple of roads down from me. He moved to New Zealand a few years ago. None of this is relevant, but it's just he lives in New Zealand now. And he's just sent me a photograph a couple of days ago, and he says, one of my friends has just bought this car. I'm like, okay, what's this going to be? Some kind of Holden. He lives in New Zealand, like some kind of Holden or some cool car, whatever. His friend appears to have just bought a factory fresh, mint condition, like it just rolled off the assembly line, Plymouth Roadrunner in full NASCAR body kit with the big pointy nose and the 6-foot tall spoiler. And it's not only is it a Plymouth Roadrunner, it's a Plymouth Roadrunner, Plymouth Super B? No. Anyway, no, it's Plymouth Roadrunner. And it's got all the livery on it and it's fully repainted. It's like, oh, I said to him, A, I'm completely jealous because that's one of my favourite muscle cars. And B, how the hell did anybody afford that? That must have cost a fortune. Like fully restored, full paintwork restoration. Crikey Riley. With the 6-foot spoiler. If you've never seen one, look up the Plymouth Superbird. Plymouth Roadrunner. It's the Superbird, isn't it? It's the one with the full NASCAR kit. Is it? Have I got that right? Plymouth Superbird? Am I just making that up? With the big fin. It's got a 6-foot tall fin on the back. And if I remember rightly, the only reason it has such a big fin is purely so you can open the trunk. Because otherwise, the fin, you've got the trunk on the back, and the fin is mounted to the sides where you've got like the trunk door, like that, there, and then the side bit here. And I think the spoiler is mounted to that, so it has to be tall enough to let the trunk open. Looks fantastic. It's an insane car. It's like the most muscle car of muscle cars, the most NASCAR of NASCARs. Yeah, I've always wanted one. I love it. Chris at Gross Models is in. Welcome, Chris. How you doing, my friend? You've missed an epic burp earlier on. It was a truly awesome burp. A burp of burps. Chicken McNugget burp. Taste foul. Oh, yeah, I mean, chicken McNuggets. The only reason I ate the chicken McNuggets was because I'd had a pop of... I'll say that again. The only reason I ate the chicken McNuggets was because I had a little pot, or rather a large pot, of the Domino's garlic and chive dip spare from the other night. So I'm like, you know what? I could combine the two. That would not be a bad use of my time. And it did make the nuggets a bit better, but not much. There was still sadness and shame at the end of it. Although I have to say, cold chicken McNuggets the next day taste a lot better than they did 10 years ago. As in, you know, they've improved the chicken somewhat, I think. Super Roadrunner, yes, Superbird, cost $350 to $350,000 to $1 million. Yeah, I don't know how much he paid for it in New Zealand, but it's like Plymouth Superbird. Not bright green though, which is disappointing. But full spoiler, full nose cone. Got the Roadrunner on the side. Absolutely incredible. Clearly, my friend Mike knows lots of wealthy people, and I hate him completely. But there you go. Only joking, Mike. Not that he's watching this. It's like, I've got a Plymouth Superbird with full livery, completely restored, factory fresh. What have you got? I've got a 2002 Ford Fiesta painted like a rat rod with a shark mouth on it. Does that compare? And a lot of moss. Not really. Yeah, so much moss on my car, right? My car, it's not just got a hint of moss around the rubber seals on the wing. It's got like balls of moss. It's got moss balls growing on it. Like a Japanese moss garden, it really is. My car. I'm not going to clean it. It's a rat rod. I haven't washed that car in like 6 years. I occasionally clean. I obviously clean the interior out, and I occasionally clean the glass for safety reasons. But it's not had a wash. I've not washed it. The problem was when we painted it. I didn't, but the other guy messed up the matte lacquer. We're going to give it like a matte lacquer coat. Instead of a glossy lacquer coat, it's a matte lacquer coat. But he messed up the first half and it came out glossy because he didn't shake it enough because he's a spoon. So half, if you look at my car, one half is shiny and or not fully shiny, but one half is reasonably shiny and one half is completely matte. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get it dirty and let it get dirty, and then we'll just never wash it again because then nobody will ever know. Because it looks a bit stupid. So I'm like, thanks for that. I couldn't get him to redo it because he was doing it free. So I'm like, yeah, can't really complain about getting a free paint job on my car. Yeah. I really worry about the day. There will come a day when that car is no longer serviceable and just has to go to the scrapyard. And I worry about that because I can't afford a new car anyway. But aside from that, if I get a new car, it's going to be a colour. It's going to be like red or green or brown or blue or grey or white or something. It's going to be a colour. It's going to be a car that looks like every other car. And I can't do that. I can't go from a rat rod blue Fiesta with a shark mouth on it to just a red car, a green car. That'll be a day of sadness, that. A day of sadness. Because, of course, I no longer have access to the resort. Because I painted the car myself and this other guy who painted it. I no longer have access to the kind of resources to do that, so to any other car. Oh well, I just hope that day's a long, long way away. Because it's going to be hard just going back to a car. Right, I probably cleaned up all that mould line for this to be never seen. The Plymouth Super, the big wing. Yes, it was when aerodynamics started to come into NASCAR. At 200 miles an hour and new rules came in. Yeah, because it had that big long scoop on the front, the big nose, pointy nose. A bit like a beaky Space Marine. Ridiculously long nose cone. But yes, clearly my mate Mike knows a lot of very wealthy people and I hate him utterly. I hate when people I know are massively more successful than me. It never sits well. I jest. I'm happy for him. I still hate him, but I'm happy for him. But he knew he had to send it to me because it's one of my favourite muscle cars. If I could have any muscle car, I think I'd have to have a Plymouth Hemi-Cuda, I think. In lime green with black bumblebee stripes. It has to be lime green with black bumblebee stripes. That would be my car of choice. American muscle car. It's a British muscle car. There's no such thing. The nearest we got is the Ford Cortina Mark III. That'll do. GLX 2000, that'll do. But then you have to have a modern engine put into it. American muscle car would be a Hemi-Cuda, I think. From what I know. Quite like the GTO Judge, though. I quite like the look of them. You kind of sport for choice with American muscle cars of the very late 60s and 70s is your optimum time for my personal taste. Mid to early 60s, not so much. Right, that's that bit done and cleanulated. Let's get them glued. Have a swig of the coffee and look at the chat. How you doing, Chris, by the way? Hope you're all well. I hope Gemma's teeth are doing okay today. She's not in chat, so I can't wish her that myself. That dip is my favourite from Domino's, says Phil East. It is very nice. It's very nice. Might they want to bring up what you were flinging at adversaries yesterday on Midnight Murders? Psycho Fish is in chat. Okay. Wayne says, it was actually a Plymouth 1971. It was banned from NASCAR because of the wing, and the wing gave it such good traction that it beat everybody for a whole year before they cancelled the car. So because it was better than everybody else, they banned it. That's just rubbish. Oh, I'm going to ban you because your car's better and keeps winning. Rather than just design better cars. David Sanderson says moss. I knew one that had one in storage that was mint condition. Need to go and buy it. Timothy Kalaka still has dried on bugs on the front of his car, on his white car, from last July when he drove across the United States to move to Vegas. Wow. They'll be welded on by now. 1964 Pontiac GTO in my driveway right now. Oh, says Wayne Model Works. Cool. Get it bagged up. Send it over. I'll keep an eye on it for you. You can hate me, Foxy. I've got a friend that's got one that colour. What a Hemi Cuda in lime green with the black bumblebee stripes. Oh, moist. Trouser tent. What was it we did? We detailed once. We detailed 1970. 1977 Firebird. Was it a Firebird? It was some really limited edition, I think, Firebird. 1977 blue with bits. I can't remember this. It had a specific name. It was very limited edition. And we had to detail it. And it had been in storage since it was made, basically, for since 77. I think since 1978. And the guy bought it and put it straight into storage, and it had been there ever since. And then somebody bought it and had it shipped over to the UK. So we had to detail it and restore the interior. The interior was white faux leather. So it was leather. It was plastic, like vinyl leather. It was white vinyl interior, and it looked fantastic. I mean, white vinyl seats sounds terrible, but it was actually really beautiful. And it had a slight rip in one of the seats. We had to repair that. But this thing was in basically factory mint condition. Just needed a good machine polish. But I've got to tell you, it was so nice. But the amazing thing for me was, it's a 1977 car, an American at that, and yet it had a catalytic converter. And I know I had a cat on it, because if you flip down the driver's side, the passenger side, no, the driver's side, sun visor, it had instructions or information about the catalytic converter on the flip down bit. It's like, wow, I didn't even know the Americans knew what a catalytic converter was in those days. Wasn't that like heresy? I don't know. Right, how's this going to work now? So we have this bit here. Get this out of the way. We have this bit here like that. And this bit on this side goes on that side. Wait, how does this work now? I don't... Oh, okay. I was thinking these legs might be wiggly poseable, but they're not. You've got a little stud there that goes into a little recess there and locks it in place. Now, I think technically they've left it open so that if you wanted to, you could cut that stud away and be able to pose the legs like that. You could turn it round. You could have a straight leg. You could have a leg more like that. I'm not going to do that because I'm suck at doing custom stuff. But I think that's the idea, that you have that option. You could snip that little stud away, but you'd have to glue it in place, obviously, and hope you lined it up, because there's no other way to locate it in place. But at least they've given you a hint there. You can futz around with it. That's quite nice. I'm going to glue it in place though, because I'm a complete coward. But we'll get that glued on. So I shall glue this now. A touch of glue in there and touch of glue in there. Just get that down there. Yeah, now this rivet's going to go. I can see it going when I clean this gap up. So there'll be more rivet replacement. Now in the olden days, when they put rivets right on seam lines, I'd curse them. I'd be like, thanks, now I've got to get rid of that rivet because you put a mould line right there, or a seam line right there. I've got no choice. I'm going to have to file it away. Now I've got my rivets that Kenneth sent me. I love it. I'm like, put as many rivets as you want on mould lines and seam, because I can replace them with more. And I love doing it. It's great fun. So that's both bits of the leg stuck together. Squeezed. Squeezing has occurred. So we've got a little bead of the glue come out. Squidge. That can be sanded back later on, and we'll have a nice seam-free thing there. So that's that bit done. We shall put that there to dry. What's chat doing? Yes, folks, your neighbours will miss your distinct car, especially when they are giving directions. Turn right after the shark mouth. Or when people say, like, delivery guys, like, I can't find your house, where is it? Look for the Fiesta with the shark mouth on it. Oh, I can see it. And it's funny when you drive down the road and you like driving along, you'll hear like a kid say to his parent, Mum, look at that car. I love it. It's great. I firmly believe that somewhere on the internet, and not that I've posted, but I firmly believe that somewhere on the internet is my car. There's a photograph of my car somewhere that I haven't posted up. I've seen people taking pictures of it, but I've never seen it anywhere. But I like to think that somewhere, after I'm long gone and turned to dust, pictures of my car will somehow still be there on the interwebs somewhere. Right, so that goes on there like that. Okay, like there. So saying that goes in there. That attaches in there. That can't be right. Wait. How does this work now? This goes like that. You've got that square peg there that goes into that square hole there. Hopefully. That seems to be it. Okay, so that sits like that. Little stubby legs now, a little stubby leg. Hello, little. That's the wrong way around, you spoon bender. That's why it didn't fit. You monkey puppet. There we go. So I have to give them points. I have to give them points for that then. They've built it in such a way that the legs are fixed in place. You know, you've got a fixed pose there and you've got a fixed pose there. But you could easily remove that little, as Colin would say, it's got a tit on it. You could remove that little nub there that goes into that square hole. You could remove the little notch, the nub on that inside joint that locks that bit of the leg in place. And you could then have that extended or not. You could have this any way you want. And this bit, with this rotating, because you've not glued it. If you build it as it comes out the box, it doesn't matter. But if you had the leg like that, you could easily rotate that, have that locating in there. So theoretically, although it locks in, I could have one leg there. Even without modifying the kit, I could put it there, if I wanted to. It could be running like in a comedy cartoon run. So you've got some scope there. Twiddlage. That's kind of cool. Right, so that's on that side. We'll do the other leg. Look at chat as I knock the camera. Munchkin Modelling Man says, learning a lot from this group. Yeah, about muscle cars and spiders and burps. My dad's got a 1970 Mustang Mach 1 sitting in his garage. Oh. Yeah, what was it? It was a I think it was a Pontiac Firebird, and it was something to do with sport or the Olympics or what was it? It was a not Formula One. It might have been Formula One. Pontiac Firebird, something Formula. I don't know. It might have been a Formula One, but it was like a very rare Firebird, basically. Apparently. Anyway, it was beautiful, but I was shocked by the fact it had a catalytic converter in 1977. Also, it sounded fantastic as you're driving along, like a 358-litre engine. You're not going to go. Wayne is a tease. Lynn Dipple says, I'm in love. About the Mustang. Act 1. Wayne Models is up for a meet. What's about? We were mid-restoration when I moved away. For years, Dad and I looked for my Torino, my cars. I ended up with a 76 King Cobra Mustang 2 when I was 20. Cool. I nearly got a 1979 Pontiac Firebird when I was about 21, and it would have been £5,000, and it was fully restored. £5,000. I was like, I can afford that. I've got my first job, and I've been working for about a year. Got my first job. I've saved up. I can afford that. What's the insurance? £5,000. I can't afford that. Didn't get it because I was a new driver. £5,000 car, £5,000 because it was like a 3-litre engine or something stupid. And also, even though it was a classic car, I would have had limited mileage. But yeah, we want all the money in the world to insure you for that because you're like 12 years old. I'm like, oh, shut up now then. Shut up. Thanks, Mum. Thanks. I'll stop. Lovely as well. Brown. I said, come on, it's brown. Brown cars cost less to insure. Yeah, it's a 3.5-litre brown car with like massive restoration work, and it's worth £1 billion. And yeah, you're like 4 years old. You've been driving for 10 minutes. That's kind of not the extent. That's the thing that makes it expensive. I'm like, okay, fair play. I can't really get round that kind of. No, okay, fine. Curse you, Churchill Insurance in the 1990s. Curse you to heck. There. Smoking the Bandit car, Pontiac Trans Am 442 cubic inch beast. Mayhem throws a Nerf ball at Fox. Spong. Ow! That was on my face hole. My hand hurts. I'm struggling a bit. Oh, and I just pushed myself up in my chair by putting my hands on the arm of my chair, and I hurt my hand. Ow! To Fox, is there an indice somewhere that would show the options for this build? As Wayne Model Works. No, other than it doesn't show you've got any like customization options, like for making the leg. It doesn't even mention the fact you can put the legs however you want. I'm just guessing this, that they've built some posability into it with a bit of slight light customization. The only options you get are which weapon do you want, I think, which is quite simply, do you want the big head? What's it called? You basically say, okay, what weapon do you want? You get the option of the missile launcher, which I think that's default anyway. You can have the... Doesn't tell you what the weapons are. You can have the twin shooty bolters, stubbers, the big storm bolter, I guess that is. The big bolter, shooter. I don't know. It doesn't tell you what they are. The thing is the new style of points layouts doesn't give you the... In the past, it would actually list the weapons so you could guess what was what. But now it's like you can have a 2 or a 5 or a 3. So you can mix and match. If you want, you can have the right hand holding a weapon, or it can just be a grabby hand. The left hand can be the flamer, heavy flamer, or the heavy assault stubber, probably cannon thing. Probably the only option you can do, to be honest. Or I reckon it might say, will it say in the instructions? Let's have a look. Or will it just not say what the weapons are? Let's have a look. It doesn't tell you what the weapons are. You can build a blue or a green. You can have that, or you can have that. But I like the melters because I love painting this bit on the end, this sort of heat shield. I have a specific way I paint those, and I love doing it. But those are the two you can build for the left arm. For the right arm, you can have a hand and a gun in a holster, or I think I'm going to build it with the gun in the holster. I love the idea. I absolutely adore the idea that you've got this massive mech, and instead of just building a weapon into its left arm, they put a weapon on the leg so you can holster it and you can have a grabby hand, and then I love that idea. So you can have it with or without the weapon. That's just brilliant. It's such a cool idea. Right, let's get where we were up to. We were doing legs, weren't we? It was leg day today. There's my special mat. It's 5 o'clock already. How have we got to 5 o'clock already when I built like one thing? That's ridiculous. You guys keeping me talking all day. You're terrible for it. Yeah, so I will be very sad when the day comes that I have to say goodbye to my Sharkmouth Fiesta. Because I'm pretty sure that never again in my life will I ever get access to a free paint job. I mean, let's just be honest. That's one thing. It's never going to happen again. But also, I don't know, just a normal coloured car. I don't even know where that went. Where did that just go? No idea. But yeah, a normal colour car that's just one colour. No. So I mean, I've got to be honest and say, you know, if I wanted the paint job that I've got on my car now, on another car, you'd probably look at thousands of pounds. Whereas for me, it was free because we did it ourselves. I didn't have to pay for any of the paints or anything. So it was free. Not going to get that chance again. Also, if I ever got another car and got it painted the same way, I don't think they'd have me in the spray room sticking mascol all over it to get the chipping effect. They probably wouldn't want me involved. But I can proudly state that when I did paint chipping on my own car, on my real car, I actually did it the way I do it on a model car, which is literally Humbrol mascol. I got like 10 pots of Humbrol Mascol was set about my car, applying huge paint chips, huge in modelling terms, but normal size in realistic terms. But when I painted it literally, I approached it literally like painting a model. Great fun. It was great fun. I will be sad when it goes, eventually. Unless I somehow become rich, in which case I can just pay someone to restore it to factory condition. In terms of engine and stuff, I can make sure it always works. And then, of course, I can just make sure any car I get after that is painted the same way. Yay! Happy times. And I look at all these posers with their cars with vinyl sticker shark mouths on the side that don't really fit because they've not been designed with the wheel arch of that specific car in mind. I think, yeah, you're part-timer. Paint it on yourself. That's proper shark mouth. None of this vinyl sticker nonsense. That's for amateurs. The weapons are twin autocannon and incendium cannon. I like that. I love the stupid names they give me. Incendium cannon, or just heavy flamer as we like to call it. I think I might go for that incendium cannon though, purely because I just like painting. I just like painting those the heat shielding around the ends of the flame weapons. I know it makes it close quarters, not long range, but you know, hey, what are you gonna do? It needs more plasma, Dark Angels player, says Timothy. You don't get the option. You have to remember that when they design these things, as far as Games Workshop's concerned, it's only really Ultramarines that actually exist, with a hint of Space Wolves. It really is a miracle that we get anything that isn't Ultramarines. Like that, it seems a shame that a lot of the stuff, most of the stuff we get is either Ultramarines or Space Wolves, with a little kind of hint for other stuff. But you know, in a way, it's lucky that Space Wolves get a bit of love from them. But yeah, it does annoy me, this thing. I know they're like the poster boys and stuff, but they're only the poster boys because Matt Ward made them his own Mary Sue chapter of Space Marines. Now they're stuck with it. We're up to... Chris says, e-models might let you use some paints for free. I wouldn't want to paint a car with modelling paints, though, to be fair. I'll happily use modelling chipping fluid, masking fluid, like I did, but modelling paints, no. It was painted with, if anybody wants to know, by the way, we were doing a rat rod scheme, but we only had 2 days. We had a weekend to paint it, so we did a very accelerated rat rod scheme. We couldn't spend weeks painting multiple different layers of colours and then machine grinding them all away to get that kind of patina look. We had to do fast and quick and dirty. So what we did was we obviously got the whole car stripped down and prepared and ready. Primed it in just bog standard, whatever grey, or doesn't really matter, automotive primer. This was in a proper spray room with the full masks and the full, you know, De Vilbiss spray guns and stuff, because we were doing body work at the time, so we had all the kit. So it was sprayed with whatever primer we used, 3M generic primer of some sort, and then it was painted with, it was painted all over with an Audi colour, Ipanema Gold, either Ipanema Brown or Ipanema Gold. It's basically a metallic, no, Audi Ipanema Brown, I think it was. Basically a goldy coppery colour. But it's a nice deep reddy coppery colour. That was painted on first. It looked like Kojak's car. It was quite weird. That was painted on first. Then I went over it with Mascol, literally Humbrol Mascol masking fluid. About 10 pots of it around all the edges. And that masked off all the paint chips. And then it was sprayed over with VAG groups, a Volkswagen Audi group. Gulf Blue, which is a classic vintage blue, Volkswagen Blue. The classic old Volkswagen Blue Beetle, the sort of powder blue colour, that's a Gulf Blue, it's called. Painted it with that, that was all over. And that's the official colour of it, is blue. But what you did was you took all the masking fluid off, and of course now you've got brown paint chips, like rusty coloured paint chips showing through. When you put a matte clear coat lacquer over it, of course it makes it look like rust, doesn't look like coppery colours anymore. Unless you mess half of it up and make it slightly gloss. And what we did was, because the Ipanema Brown was a lacquer, that was durable as anything. But the Gulf Blue automotive paint is actually an acrylic, because a lot of the old automotive paints were just acrylics, like water-based acrylics. So what we did was, or what I did was, once the masking fluid had come off, we had this Gulf Blue car with big fat paint chips, brown paint chips, and I got the steel wool, basically 3M steel wool pads and stuff, and just lightly sanded the Gulf Blue paint around the paint chips, very gently and slowly, to soften some of the edges, and it just gently faded away the Gulf Blue paint, showing the lacquer Ipanema Brown underneath, which of course wasn't affected by the 3M sanding pads, whatever they are. No, Scotch Brite, sorry, that's what I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for, Scotch Brite. It wasn't affected by the Scotch Brite, so you could sand the blue away and have lots of faded bits. So I'd soften the edges of some of the paint chips, and then I'd gently run the Scotch Brite, I'd say on the edge of the bonnet, I'd run it along the edge of the bonnet, like that. So there's the bonnet, I'd do a paint, and then I'd run it along and soften the edge, so you'd have a paint chip, and then this soft, rusty thing going along the edge of the panel, as if it's just kind of faded away a bit. And it took me a while, but that was good fun. That, and it's basically what I would do, similar to what I would do on a model. If you watch the blue Transit van build that I did, that's effectively the same thing I did on my car, except instead of Scotch Briting the blue away, on that one I used oil paints to make some dry brush, some oil paints to make the soft brown transitions. That's what we did basically. I painted a model of my car, but it just happened to be full size. We're up to everything jumped. I could see him with an oversized brush to do chip effects, says Munchkin. We just did use a great big fat brush. I'm stoked to see my best friend's face tonight when I come over and drop all the Necrons from Indomitus on his table for him to build and paint. Oh yeah. Raging Modeler says it's okay. I have 2 more Deathcopters ending now later today, and then some vintage BSG linen I'm going to turn into a shirt. Vintage BSG linen. I don't even know. Sometimes your comments make no sense at all. Also bought in the starter box of Necrons. So your mate is going to like Necrons then. Are you, mate, really complaining that Games Workshop don't make enough variations for Space Marines? I'm complaining that it's always Ultramarines, and Ultramarines are boring, and no one should build Ultramarines ever. Because Ultramarines is just like... Well, I'm just putting this together without even looking at what I'm supposed to be doing. Like that. And we want, same as last time, like the... Then again like that. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like they built in some potential for tweaking here of the position, but you'd have to do a serious bit of work to do it, but it would kind of work. Right, let's get that glue together. We want to glue together. So, same as before, just glue down the seam. Now, of course, this being the foot end of the leg, there'll be some weathering and dirt stuff down here. So whenever you're doing something like a leg like this, don't worry too much about covering up the seam line if you're not good at it. Because when it comes to legs, I've got some nubs to move there. When it comes to legs, you've always got dirt and dust. Because for things like this, like walking machines like these, you're only going to have dirt. You're always going to have dirt and dust at the foot end, but not very far up the leg. But you know, the foot and the shins. When you do an Imperial Knight, you might have some dust and dirt on the foot, and maybe a little bit up to the ankle, because it's a big thing. But this thing's only like 10 or 12 foot tall, so you might have dirt going a little way up the shin, perhaps. Lift weight up the shin. What's chat doing while I'm gluing? Chris says, the way model works, I appreciate it and your support. I don't know what I was talking about. Way model says, I thought Army Painter stuff was crap. I wanted to buy one. There was a whole kit for £165 and I was going to buy it, but I heard it was crap. What, Army Painter paints? I've never used them. I've never used Army Painter paints. The only thing I hear is that they are a bit more transparent than GW or Vallejo paints. So you might have to work a little bit with the layers. But I say that's only what I've heard. I've never actually experienced using them myself, so I cannot say. I can thoroughly recommend GW paints though. And this is one of those things that somebody else will always disagree or have a different opinion, and that's fine. In my opinion, in my experience, Games Workshop paints are the best for brush painting. Very, very closely followed second by Vallejo. My brain stopped then for a moment. Okay, so this leg goes there. They can't both be in the same pose. That's a bit boring, isn't it? They can't both be in the same pose. Oh, it's got a slight stompy pose to it. Ever so slight stompy later, you get action going on. I could have it doing a comedy run like that. So if it's going and running. I have one foot on the floor. The guy's going, leg it, leg it. Yeah. I don't think that'd be easy. I did a Sentinel. I've only built one Sentinel so far, and I did that kind of all scrouched down because it was supposed to be like a scout. So I did that all scrunched down like it was being all sneaky. Right, so they need to get glued on. So I may as well just bite the bullet and glue those on. I've now mixed up which one was which. Brilliant. That one was there, and that one was there. Hello, Mama Fox. Right, so that can go in there. That can go in there. Quite simply, I've not cleaned off the mould lines on them yet. Can I do that once they're glued on, or shall I do it? Shall I wait? Oh, I know what I've got to do. Cleaned off that mould line yet. Put the cart before the horse here. That's not right, is it? No. Right, so I can do this without taking the rivet off. It would be nice. La 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 la. Every time I do any kind of thing that involves going la la la, all I can hear is that dog from the YouTube video going la 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 la. That's better. So we've got the little mould lines. I think I'll leave those off for now because it's going to be easy to clean off the mold, the seam, the glue seam, while I can get to it in there, I think, rather than before I glue them on. But I do need to assemble the feet. But I need to assemble the feet. I need the arms. What am I talking about? I need the legs to be on, so that, because you've got the feet are like, they have some of the toes pointing up and at funny angles. So I can't just glue the toes on straight because then it looks stupid. The feet aren't flat. That foot's angled up a bit. So I need to, can't do that till I've got the legs on. Get your legs on! Look and see. Is there anything else I can glue onto the leg? I don't think I'll glue anything else onto the legs. Let's have a look. I could glue that on. I could glue. Is that armor? Again, I don't know. Which bits are armor? Armor. Let's have a look. What's that bit I'm looking at? Doesn't show it. The only thing I don't know, and it doesn't show it anywhere, because I haven't got the codex for the Space Wolf, so I don't know what the right shoulder pauldron markings should be. Because I know the right pauldron determines what they are. It seems on here that the intercessors, so the Reavers have this jaggedy black thing. The intercessors have red with the swipey bits. I know that people on motorbikes and stuff have a different one. So I guess at some point I'm going to have to spend money and get the codecs, aren't I, really? There's just no way around that. I think I might have a software version of the... I might have an image, perhaps, somewhere of the markings for the right shoulders, I think. I'll have to have a look. Because I know that means specific things, so we'll see. What do we do with chat? What's chat doing? Chat's jumping quite a lot. I use almost exclusively Army Painter paint, says Timothy. Thing is, you need to shake the shit out of them. I bought a Vortex mixer to help with that. The reds all kind of suck. There you go. I'm doing my Blade Guard soon as Deathwing, says Timothy. Cool. Battlestar Galactica linen from back in the day. I got a friend who's going to make a shirt for... Okay, I've got you. I still don't know what Battlestar Galactica linen is, but I get the idea. Didn't know that was a thing, if you know what I mean. Sarah Jane, can you do Tamiya paints with it? What you mean, like shake them? If it fits them. Tamiya paints are a big size, though, so... Who says yes, they can? Oh, don't know. Yes, we're talking about something else. Muse and Sarah Jane are talking about something else. Oh, shut up. People talking about Vortex mixers. Lee Stevenson saying, have a look at AliExpress, as they have the same ones as Amazon, well, for £90, around £20. I would say always express caution when people suggest AliExpress, because I know so many people have had stuff ripped off, they get crap through the post, it falls apart, or they just don't get what they've ordered. Careful with AliExpress. Beauty of Amazon, if something turns up smashed up or it's not what you ordered, you get your money back. So, yeah, just be careful. There's a reason that something normally costs £90 would be £20. Just keep in mind. They're all good, the cheap ones last ages. Something like that might be absolutely fine. It's not the product anyway, it's more AliExpress, you know. Just be careful. Vortex mixers. Hi Mama Fox, happy Mother's Day, says Lynn. Chat talking about. I'm straight up Tamiya all the way. Their quality is always good. It always works and everything's fine. You cannot get that kind of stuff from anyone else. As Wayne Model Works. I used to use Tamiya paints when I was, for like 20 years, but that was all airbrush. As soon as I started using, I used to use Tamiya paints all the time, and I thought I couldn't brush paint. Then I got some Citadel paints and some Vallejo paints, and I suddenly realised, I can brush paint. It's just Tamiya paints don't work for brush painting. I thought for 20 years, I couldn't brush paint. Quite fun, really. AliExpress has poor security. You're risking a lot using it, and it's full of knockoff illegal items, says Muse. Yeah, again, I know, I've heard enough scare stories from people to know I'm never ever going to use AliExpress. I'm never going to put my card details in there, and just forget it. Fox, Google it. It shows you different design. Yeah, I think I've downloaded some images of the different pauldron. Because I know you've got like the blood claws, and you've got the other ones, and the other ones on top of that, and the wolf guard, and the wolf, and the wolf's teeth, bane wolf teeth, and the wolf bane wolf banes, and the other ones, and the air flying wolves, and the space wolves, and the I know. I'll have a look. La, 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 la. What are we doing now? Fox, do you 3D print stuff residing? Hang on. Start again. Fox, do you 3D print stuff residing in your fabulous brain? I don't have a 3D printer. Vortex mixers are marketed toward nail salons too. Yes. Yes, Muse, says Munchkin. My better half is into nail tech, and I've gotten some great supplies from her. Raging Modeler says never use Wish either. Yeah, I've heard bad things about Wish as well. Basically, my rule of thumb when buying things on the internet is if I can't get it from a reliable, reputable source, like eModels or whatever. Well, my golden rule, my own personal rule is if I can't get, I'll go to eModels first. If I can't get it from eModels, I'll go to other reputable, real world stores. If it's not something eModel sells, I'll see if often some of the stuff I'll get away from the manufacturer. Like some people, like I've got Broken Toad brushes. You get them from Broken Toad. There's very few other places sell them. I'll go to a proper reputable, store. I'll buy from the manufacturer or from the retailer first if I can. Goblin Gaming or eModels, whoever it is. If I can't find it there, then I'll go to Amazon. If I can't find it on Amazon, forget it. I just won't get it. I'm not. I barely trust Amazon, but hey, what are you going to do? Well, I can't do those. We could start on the cockpit and gefahren. I don't really want to start adding the greebles to the legs because I want to get the legs in place first. Don't want to glue the armour on. There's a burp. That tasted like chicken chow mein. Why did that taste like chicken? I've not even eaten chicken chow mein for like months. That was very weird. That was a bit disturbing, that was. It was a little bit disturbing that it tasted like... You know what we're going to do? What we got? 29. Why don't we start with Lieutenant Haldor Ice Pelt? Seeing as I'm waiting for these legs to dry, why don't I start with the... I know I say Lieutenant, but I'm going to be honest. Lieutenant sounds vastly better than Lieutenant. I know I'm British and we say Lieutenant, but you know what? It just sounds rubbish. Fox, you missed the Walking the Wolf in the Wild Woods clan. I don't know. Lots of variants. Fox. Yeah, the reason I will not trust others but happily trust Amazon is if something arrives broken, or if something doesn't turn up, or if something is whatever, you get your money back with no problems. It's like, this turned up and it was battered. There goes a refund. I've not received my package. We'll send you another one. Never had a problem. So I don't trust other retailers. We put other, like online, like that kind of marketplace retail. I don't mean like, E-models and Goblin. I mean like other marketplace retailers. I don't trust them. They cover my ass if it all goes wrong. Right, A1 and A2. Let's do some dude stuff. I need to go for my dude sprue. Let's build Haldor Ice Pelt. I've got half an hour. Can I build the dude in half an hour? Probably not. Right, A1 and A2. Let's find A sprue first. Are you going to mark your sprues at all? Probably not. Has he got an obvious piece that's dead obvious? The crotch with the furry bits. Sounded wrong, didn't it? How am I going to find him? Is he going to be on a sprue of his own? Hang on, he'll be on a... There he is. Got his own height. He's got his own sprue. There we go. Haldor Ice Pelt. I think that's him. Or is that just a default sprue? Confused now. That's... I don't know which sprue it is. That one. Head. Shoulder. Oh yeah, that's the right one. Yeah. He's got his own little... I thought he might have his own little sprue because he's a character. I thought he might have his own spruage. So put that here. That should be a 40mm base. I think. 30mm, 32mm. I like that. 32mm, 40mm. That's a 40mm base. There you go. I like that. I like that. I'm liking that. Good lad. Good lad. I like that now. Because you get 15 32mm, one 40mm, and one 90mm. 32. 40. That's his base. There you go. 10 points. Games Workshop. 10 points to you, my friends. You get 10 points for that. 10 internet points. Let's see how far we can get with Haldor Ice Pelt, shall we? May as well. Yes, Fox, it's puzzling to say the least. Paul, Sebastian, anyone had experience with Raging Heroes stuff? I don't even know what that is. Mew says FFS, grr, be right back. Okay. I use the company site, the Amazon and Fleas Bay. Oh, I use eBay as well. Adjust my chair. So let's have a look. What do you need for Haldor Ice Pelt? They're going to run out of these cheesy wolf names at some point. A1 and A2. Now this is, I think, the standard Space Wolves extra piece. Because I've got that. Oh no, it's slightly different. Slightly different. In cloacularity, it's got a different bit on the back, basically. Okay, cool. I will shut up. So let's get the cloak off. Get your cloak off. So what's A1 and A2? Do. Very quick to build this. May as well get this bit done. A1. A2. Where's A1? Oh, it's a bit of the cloak on you, sponge brain. Where's the front half of his chest? Where's the back half of his chest? Oh, yes, it's the entire cloak. It's simpleton. Now, the question we will have is, can I get to the interior of the cloak when it's all assemblated? We'll have to have a look and see before we start gluing everything together. I've done one of these cloaks before, but I can't remember whether I had to have it separate and painted before I glued it on. All. I do like painting these like wolfy fur cloak things because they're quite fun to paint. It's quite simple. You get a base coat and lots of. Last time I did it, just use your shades or shade usage. There's my knife. Yeah, there's the knife. Can use the nipplators. There we go. I have to say, by the way, in case you didn't watch my stream the other day, I have now reached and slightly exceeded 25,000 subscribers. So a big, massive thank you to all the people who've subscribed to my channel over the years. It's taken a long time to get here. I kind of got to 20 grand and then it kind of stopped. It's taken about bizarrely, it's taken me about a year and a half, 2 years to get from 20 grand to 25, but it doesn't matter how long it takes. A big, massive thank you to all my subscribers for coming along. I love you dearly. No giveaways or anything, unfortunately, because A, I can't afford to do lots of giveaways, but B, I can't get to the post office anyway because of lockdown and so, other things, so can't do giveaways. I might consider, though, I have decided I will do a giveaway when we get to 40k. Can you guess why? Yeah, when we get to 40,000 subscribers, then I'll definitely be doing a giveaway. Yes, I would have liked to have done some sort of giveaway, but sadly, it's just not something I can afford to do right now. Because the easiest thing, the thing I can do for any kind of giveaways, if I want to do something like that, it will be a case of somebody can win something Warhammer thing that I can then order from the Games Workshop website from their country. So that's the one advantage with doing competitions with Warhammer prizes. If somebody wins something, I can just send it from their country's Warhammer site, and it doesn't involve me going to the post office or posting anything, and they're guaranteed to get it then. So, but yes, it's not something I can do right at the moment. So sadly, no giveaways to celebrate or anything like that. But yeah, somebody said, "What about when you get to 50,000?" I'm like, "Hey, what about when I get to 40,000? Then you're gonna have to do a giveaway." I think when we get to 40,000, I think it'll be something like, we'll have to do something really good, like give away a Baneblade or something, or a Knight or something like that. Something awesome that we can give away. What is that? Is that a rivet, or am I just? I'm not to scrape rivets away, but there's kind of half a rivet sticking out. I might have to replace that with decent rivets, I think. Yeah, let's scrape those off and we'll do some proper rivets. Yeah, so when we get, if I ever manage to get to 40,000 subscribers, I think then we'll have like a Baneblade giveaway or something, or an Imperial Knight giveaway or something big and expensive to celebrate. Because like I say, I can order from Games Workshop. If the winner is in, like, you know, America, I just go into the American Games Workshop store, place the order with their name and address. Brilliant, no problem. If they're in Brazil, I go to the, you know, South American store. It's perfect. And something that expensive, of course, won't have any shipping cost. And it won't, if I do it that way as well, it won't cost them any money to have it imported because it's coming from their country to their country if they're not in the UK. Somebody in France wins, I go to the French store and it gets sent from Games Workshop France to France. No input charges, no extra costs. And probably no shipping cost if it's a Baneblade or a Knight or something. So send the word out. If I can get to 40,000 subscribers, I will do a big fat ass giveaway, and it'll be a kick ass fat ass giveaway. Fox's big ass kick ass fat ass giveaway. Because that would be worth something. That 40,000 subscribers, that'd be definitely worth spending some money on a prize, on a nice prize. Like I say, a Bane blade or a Knigget, an Imperial Knigget. And I would say Forge World, but Forge World have you have to spend more at Forge World to get free shipping. So yeah, and the difficulty with Forge World, of course, I don't tend to do I wouldn't do Forge World because with Forge World, there's always the chance that you get a component that has to be replaced because it's like just too poorly molded, and that's when it gets complicated if I've ordered it for somebody else. So we just stick it to Games Workshop. Right, I'm going to put some rivets on that bit of armour, I think. Where's my tiny rivets? So yeah, get the word out there. Get the word on the street. People get subscribing. Get me to 40,000 subscribers and I will give away some kick-ass Warhammer goodness. Kick-ass Warhammer goodness. Not just good-ass Warhammer. Kick-ass Warhammer. I mean, serious, mega kick-ass. Right, I need to not have that cutting mat there because it's going to make it hard to pick up the bits. Those little tiny rivets on this bit of armour plating that were just rubbish. These were rubbish. I shall make them not rubbish. We shall pick up a rivet. I love doing this so much. So much fun doing little tiny rivets. I can't tell you how much fun this is. These are a bit bigger than they were originally, but they'll stand out a bit more. They'll look kind of kick-ass. They're a bit bigger, but they're kind of the size of a cheeseburger. But you know what? Space Wolves, isn't it? It's hardcore business. There you go. Yeah, if you do get yourself a riveting tool, trust me, you'll rivet everything. You'll want to put rivets on everything. Oh, this brush on this glue is driving me nuts. It's got a split end, if you pardon the expression. There we go. You'll want to rivet everything. So Kenneth very kindly sent me these rivets. I think Wendy said she was going to send me some rivets as well. But at some point, I'm going to have to bite the bullet and get myself an RP Tools set. They're not cheap, so I'll have to get one at some point and make myself some rivets. So there you go, a couple of rivets on there. Lovely, lovely. What's next? I'm still waiting on stickers that I won an E-Models model that I won in Jan 2020, says Lynn Dipple. Yes. Fox Raging Heroes is a UK-based company that offers a variety of different themed tabletop minis that you can purchase or buy on the STL files and print yourself. Oh, cool. Oh, you mean like a bit like Hero Forge kind of thing? Cool. To be contrary and through my own experience, I've used Ali numerous times over the 8+ years and only had one problem. PSU on my 3D printer crapped out. Communicative followed directions was replaced. Cool. I say I'm only going off, what I've heard, no experience. New question, Fox, but why are the Games Workshop sprues flat and not round? I don't know. Probably so they can be easier packed in smaller boxes. Games Workshop make all the stuff themselves. They have a factory in Nottingham, which is where 99%, not every single thing, but 99% of their stuff is manufactured. The sprues. I think it's just force of habit. They've always had them flat. I think so they can stack them in boxes and keep the boxes small. And it's probably down to the machines as well they use. I don't know, really. Not as new. It's a good question. I like that kind of question. Interesting question. A giveaway to every member. Yeah, that'd be cheap, wouldn't it? Fox, I will sponsor one day. Spin the wheel and I'll super chat the cost. £10 billion. No. But having said that, I do have, if it works anymore. I don't even know if it works. Hang on. I don't think the sound was working on there either. The mic set up and all the buttons that I had for the wheel to spin have actually long gone, so I haven't used it forever. When I used to do giveaways, I have got boxes in the spare room, boxes of kits, because I used to do a giveaway every week or every other week. And I used to love doing giveaways. People would send me kits to give away, and I've got tons of them in the front room. But it just got to the point where I was spending all my money that I had on sending stuff out, and it got too expensive, and I had to stop for a bit. But also right now I can't leave the house now anyway because of lockdown and quarantining. So, but yeah, I've got tons of stuff in the front room that I need to one day at some point when I'm earning more and give away to people, because it was given to me to give away and I never got around to giving it away. So I've got all kind of Gunpla and all kinds of things to give away. I'm going to clear my throat one sec. Okay, right, so I built his cloakage. I fly over and have a night out with Fox that'll involve beer and filthy food. Would that tool make you a rivet counter then, says Lynn? It probably would, yes. Wendy says, yes, I'll be sending to you as soon as I get out. Are you in prison? Yeah, there's no rush to it. It's very kind of you to offer to send me some, and I'm very grateful for that. But as and when you want to, mate, there's no rush. I did say I'll pay you if you want me to, if you want to give me some money for it. That was some serious pimpage, folks. I must try that. By the way, I'm only on just over 1K followers, folks. Yes, I know. I like to try and pimp myself as much as I can. Everybody go and subscribe to all the channels. Don't forget, people in chat. If you've got a channel, stick a link in chat. If you can't stick a link in chat, if you're not a mod, then politely ask one of the mods to link for you. You're more than welcome. Colin then, bless him. Wait, what's that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Colin then, bless him, puts a link to his own channel. There you go. There was a fanfare. Did you hear the fanfare? I didn't hear the fanfare. Wait, what? I think because I stopped using it, I changed all the settings and stuff, so I don't hear it anymore at this end. But there should be a fanfare, and you do the spinny wheel, and it picks the thing, and that's what we gave away. And it had the loudest, most annoying noise in the world. My mistake. Raging Heroes is based in south of France. Sacre bleu, plume de ma tante. We're up to... Yes. Colin's just over 1,000 subs on his channel, 36/7 Workshop, so everybody make sure you go and subscribe. Although most people in chat are already subscribers, but everybody else who isn't, go and subscribe. Dang it. Pick someone from chat and I'll pay the bill, yeah. No, you're fine, mate. Thank you very much for the offer. It's fine. We'll get to 40,000. We'll get to 40k. Up to Dad setting his stream up. Yeah, don't forget, of course, when I finished here, 6 o'clock is Dad Scaly Models on the Scaly Models channel. We'll be doing a live stream, his in-between stream at 6 o'clock with him and Colin. They'll be doing their little in-between stream for an hour. And then tonight, I think, tonight is Chris is back for his WARHAMMER Sunday. I think it's Chris tonight. I've lost track of who it is now. I think it's Chris. Was it Ted last week? Yeah, because it's Ted last week, because Ted forgot it was his stream, and we're all sat there saying, Ted, why haven't you started your stream yet? What? So yes, it's Chris, this Gross Models. He's doing his live stream at, I guess, 8:30. Correct me if I am wrong, please, Chris. A5 and A4. We've got about 10 minutes to go. If we can get some leg action going on. And I'm not on camera there while I'm doing that, which is a bit rubbish. Yep. Snippety snip. A nub on the scabbard. Tricky place to put a nub there, dudes. Thanks for that. Lots of fur and scullage and runes. Always good to have runes on your space puppies. But yeah, get to 40k and we'll do a big ass giveaway. Like I said, something like a Baneblade or a Knight, something that kind of price range that gives you free shipping for someone. And also a really awesome model. That would be cool. Get the word out there. Get the word on the streets. Dance to the beat. Because, of course, 40k, Warhammer 40k, you see the point I'm trying to make there, don't you? Yes, I hope you do. If you don't, where are you doing? What are you doing? 49, got a few minutes yet. And get these bits on before home timings. Do. Not to run over, I don't want to encroach into Dad's stream at 6. Don't forget, folks, if you aren't already a member, please do go and join the Model Makers Boom Hut. Let me see if the button works. Do my buttons actually working? Let's try. Yeah, buttons are alive. Don't forget to go to the Model Makers Boom Hut. I'll put a link in the chat. It'll pop up shortly. Do go and join the Model Makers Boom Hut. It's my Facebook group for model making. It's a safe space for people to show off their work. And not just show off their work, but get help and advice. There's almost 4,000 people in there now, all willing and ready and able to help each other out and give advice and share their experience. It's just a place where you can go and learn and have a good time. So do go and check it out. If you're not already a member, go and join. Cost you nothing. It's facebook.com/groups/model boom hut. Boom hut. Boom hut. Which you may not know is the Dutch for treehouse. It's the Model Maker's treehouse. You don't get a secret decoder wheel ring when you join. There's no secret code ring or anything like that. But you know, you can pretend there is if you want. We'll let you believe that. It's a super friendly environment. It's one of the few places. One thing that makes it unusual compared to most or many groups is that it is absolutely a snark-free zone. We do not permit any kind of bitchiness, snarkiness, anything like that. It's really not tolerated. And it's quite harshly dealt with. So we try and make sure it doesn't turn into a toxic monkey poop fight in there. We work really hard. Myself and all the moderators and admins work really hard to make sure it doesn't turn into a monkey poop fight. Because I've seen enough groups turn into just like hellscapes. And I'm not having that happening in the Boom Hut. There'll be none of that going on. Everybody loves everybody else. It's an awesome place. Right, I need to clean out this little rubber bit. 52. Let's work faster, Fox. Work faster. Work faster! I'm watching you. Use my scribing tool to carve out the mould line that's in these little ribbed undersuit bits. Because you can't put sand in there very easily. Nice and neat. What we're having for dinner tonight, I'm not quite sure. That's a bit done. Oops. There you go, so that's looking a bit better. It's a little bit scratchy, so what I'll do, of course, my old trick, you all know the trick very well. Oh, before I do that, let me clean that bit out. Mould line going right along his belt. I'll get my scribing tool in there. I mean my scraping tool. So I'll reluctantly use the tip of my knife blade just to clean out the mould line in his belt. Looks like a welterweight wrestling kind of federation boxing. I'll shut up. I don't know what I'm talking about. Looks like some kind of belt that a mindless boxer would use. What I'm trying to say. I don't like using the knife for mould line cleanup, but sometimes you have no choice. Moved it off a little bit, so I'm just going to go back in. Serves two purposes, this. It gets rid of the mould line when it's in a recess, but it also, where you've smoothed off the edges a little bit with your sanding, it brings the recess back and makes the little ridges more prominent, and then a tiny touch of extra thin damp on the brush just smooths out any scratchy bits. Yeah, scratchy bit on his armor plate as well. Anything go over that leg? It would seem not. Get most of the glue off on the brush and just very gently run it over the rough section. 54. Time's on. Time is running out. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I don't think we'll get this assembled in the next 2 minutes. Anything can happen in the next 5 minutes, but not finishing this figure isn't one of them. Is that a mould line or is that armour detail? I think that's a mould line on that leg. That needs to come out. That's really hard to get to. Knife blade it is again, reluctantly. Carefully. Yeah. I'm just not going to get this done now. Never mind. It was worth a go. Much as I wanted to get it done, I don't want to rush anything. Because if you rush, it goes wrong and you have sadness. And sadness is always something to avoid. Because sadness is rubbish. Compared to awesome happy times, good times. Sadness is to be avoided as much as possible. That's that. No, we're not going to get that done. What we'll do, I'll call it there. It's 5-2 now anyway. Let me take these lenses off. Where are we up to? I don't have a Beyblade. Would like to have one. Yeah. I don't even know how I'd pick a winner. It'd be the old put a comment on this video thing. Unfortunately, I can't just pick a subscriber at random because there's no way on YouTube to do that. So, whereas there is a way to randomly pick a comment at random on a video, so I'll have to do it that way. But yeah, we need to get to 40,000 subscribers first, so get working on it, folks. Get shouting from the rooftops. 40,000. Only 20,000 to go. Only taking me about 5 years to get to 25 grand, so another 20,000. This time next decade. Also, the Afrikaans for Treehouse, though, as the whole language is based on Old Dutch, that's not a surprise. Boomhoed. Ja, bro. Be sure to watch the Raging Modelers live stream gameplay videos. They are a hoot, says Candygram for Mongo. Oh, yes, get in there. That tasted again like chicken chow mein. I don't know why. Pulled it to my says, that's very kind of you to offer to pay for Fox to give away a prize. That is very kind of him. But yes, that's probably asking a bit too much of something. So I'm very grateful for the offer. But yeah, too far, I think. Might not do that. It's it just gets too complicated then. But thank you very much. Very kind to offer. I wouldn't ask that. I wouldn't expect anybody to do that. Where are we up to? Let's have a look. I watch Adam's games on reruns. Adam, of course, doesn't put a link in for his own channel because he can't post his links. But one of the other mods can do if they want to put a link in for the Raging Modeler. You could, of course, just search for the Raging Modeler. Most people on here who've got channels use their channel name. Got to go, hair and makeup time. Says Festa67's workshop. Go make yourself pretty, my dear. I get so engrossed in watching the gameplay when he jumps and screams, it startles me and I laugh. Love your game, Adam. Yeah, the Raging Modeler. So, Lynn is not likely to win the Beyblade in the next couple of days. No, need to get to 40,000 subscribers first. Thanks for the live stream, says Candygram. Take care. Thanks, Fox. Take care. Be safe. Much love. I shall leave it there because we need to finish so Dad and Colin can go and do theirs over on the Scaling Models channel. Thank you very much for watching, everyone who has been watching. Thank you to everyone who's put a super chat through. It's very, very kind of you. You've paid my car insurance for the next month. That's very, very kind. I can't thank you enough. Massive thank you. And to Wayne, who matched everybody's, thank you to you as well. Big, big hugs and thank you. I'll be back, of course, tomorrow for the eModels live stream on eModels UK channel at 9 PM tomorrow night with me, Chris, Colin and Ted. So make sure to watch for that. I'll be cracking on with the Lehman Rust this week. And I'll be back on Friday on the eModels channel for more of the Imperial Knight build, Canis Rex, and then Saturday is Skyrim next Saturday. So make sure to come and watch that. Until then, if you'd like to support this channel and you're not already, please consider becoming either a patron at patreon.com/modelmakingguru, or you can become a channel member by pressing the join button that's at the bottom of any of my videos. But until then, like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome like this. Go be awesome. And until next time, adios amoebas. Where's my button?